Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Welcome back to Fates United. I told you I was going to do it, and I did it. Intros are going to be different every week. Welcome back, everybody, to DiceAntics Fates United, our Thursday night stream here on Twitch. Unless you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for joining and subscribing there. But let's jump into some announcements. Hello, friends. Thank you so much for bearing with me as we calm down Nightbot. Nightbot was just a little excited to get into the Fates United family. So our security's calmed down now. I think they've calmed down. I think we're good. So, just running through a few announcements tonight. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, cast. I appreciate it. We got people coming in left and right. I love it. So we're gonna do some announcements tonight. Quickly, if you saw in our Nightbot earlier, I shouted out some of the socials. If you guys don't mind, if you enjoy our content, enjoy what we do, please consider giving us a follow. It's Bardicdice on all the socials, and I have super fun Nightbot things that I finally figured out how to do. Socials! You can follow my Instagram, my Twitter, and YouTube, especially because I worked hard this week. We were finally all the way caught up on our episodes. So if you don't mind, it would mean a lot, and it would greatly help us try and spread Fates United out if you like it. I'm not gonna ask you to do it if you don't. If you hate it, and you're just here to spite everything, then don't subscribe to YouTube and don't comment or like anything to help people find it. So just do it out of spite. So yeah, so we got everything up and going a little bit. We're super excited about that. And I'm also super excited. I was actually gonna probably announce this next week. We're gonna do it this week. We finally got our Discord channel up and going. So if you guys are interested in jumping in and being part of the, I think it works. Yeah, part of being the first patrons of the tavern for the official Bardicdice Discord, you're more than happy to join in, invite your friends, invite all your D&D friends. We're gonna talk, spread memes and talk games, TV shows, anything like that. So if you enjoy this community and want to spread it through the rest of the week and have people to talk to, I'm up all night because I work half the time. So if you want to spam and hang out with me at night, go and join our Discord. We're also kind of partnering up with Marquee Gaming, so if you like Beacon's Aura and want to follow their schedule as well, and Rachel's art stream, definitely check that out there as well. We have a little Marquee Gaming corner for you as well. So super excited about that. We made it to our sub goal. I can't believe it, guys. So crazy. So yeah, we made it 15 out of 15 subs, so it's exciting. Tonight during the break, we're gonna announce out of those that have subscribed, the possible winner for the Tasha's Cauldron of Everything book giveaway. So I decided to extend that into the break. So if anyone so desires, if you were already thinking about subscribing to the channel, here's your chance to do it, and you also get a chance to win a free D&D book as well. So we will also do something a little fun for our followers. We're getting close to 200 followers, which is, again, super insane. Thank you guys so much for everything. So once we get to 200 followers, we're going to do a special contest where you guys will choose someone in chat who's at the channel watching our show when we hit 200, and you will get a chance to create an NPC specifically that's going to show up in Fates United. I'm actually really excited about that one too. So subscribe, follow if you want, tell your friends, it's super exciting. And then also, like we do every week, we have our featured content creators. This week I wanted to do something a little different and special and give thanks to both Dee and Rachel for all the art that they do. I know they do it out of their own joy, but I steal it and use it for graphics. So I want to shout them out on their Instagram. And I think I got it. I also did this. I did this command. So follow their Instagrams. Yeah.
What? That's so nice.
Spheres. Okay, I had to make sure. Did I spell that right? I think I spelled it right.
Whee!
Yeah. Awesome. So make sure to follow their Instagrams. Their art is amazing. Dee's always coming out with Make-High stuff like on the weekly, which is super exciting.
Yeah.
So and
I just get really bored.
yeah. And if you guys want, if you see on our YouTube, I finally put up some thumbnails for different artwork. It's going to change each week. If any of you are interested in being featured on our YouTube, if you want to draw any of our characters, any of the NPCs, totally up to you. But if you want to do that, submit that either to direct message me on any of the social medias or bardicdice@gmail.com. And I'd be more than happy to feature your artwork on our YouTube channels as well and be part of Fates United. So that's my announcement. Super exciting. Why don't we go around and introduce our players real quick as we jump into tonight's Confrontations.
There's multiple.
Uh-oh.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll go in our normal order. Make
I
high.
forgot what the normal order is. Okay.
Hey, my mom's here.
I wondered if it was your mom.
Hi, Mom. I'm on the internet.
Hi.
She actually figured it out.
Yay!
He's so happy.
I was just surprised she got onto Twitch. Anyways.
Awesome.
Hi, Michael's mom and everybody else. This is how I would start my stream. I'm Deely. I do a lot of art. Mostly it's just turning into me memeing up my characters and soon to be everybody else too. But yeah, I do a lot of art at Deely Spears. It originally wasn't an art account, but now I'm trying to do that. So if you want to follow my art, great. I'm trying to be more confident. Rachel says it's better to be, so there you go. She'll beat me up if I'm not positive about
That's
it.
right.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, you're done. Okay. I just wanted to make sure you. Okay. Hi, I'm Rachel. He posted my Instagram already. It's Pip400art. That's where I post most of my Instagrams, and also my Twitter is the same handle. I do commission D&D art and a bunch of other fun doodles, and I also stream with my husband Mark at Marky Gaming. I do art streams on Monday at 3:30 CST, and I also play Karis, a very loud yelling shadow sorcerer, and Beacon Zora on Sunday. So
Harris is the best.
Aw, thanks. That's it.
Yay.
Hooray!
Hello, I'm Jonathan Spears. I am Deely's husband, as people who've already been here a few times know. And I am an engineer, and I play Overwatch during other times. A semi-competitive, amateurishly, yes, just for fun. And every once in a while we have tournaments, so whenever casted ones come up, I'll let you know, and you guys can come visit.
Perfect.
All right. Well, I am Mark of Marquee Gaming, so Rachel's my wife, and I play Zachary here, which is a lot of fun. And we do, D&D on my channel and other games too, and Rachel's art. So come hang out if you enjoy that stuff. Mike's on our channel too. He's in my game on Sundays. It's fun. He's great.
He's super fun.
He is great.
He's a scaredy cat,
He
but
is.
it's okay.
He's a little crybaby. I'm a cry more, I think.
Same in real life, so it just mimics what we do. But Athena Muse, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Role Players Guild, thank you so much. We're already jumping into almost to 200, so super exciting. Dee, you were about to say something?
Oh, Oh, yeah, because some people had asked, I noticed in chat, it's easy to tell who Pip, because John, when we're commenting, John is Mountainfall, I am Raphaziel. Just so you guys know. Just wanted to clarify, because I've
Who
had
the heck are
questions
these
about
people?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other three, you guys all, yours all make sense. Anyways, sorry, that was...
Yeah,
Mine
eventually.
is connected to my Overwatch gamer tag, so that's why it's that.
Okay. You were getting the secret insides of this. Oh, D, why did you name your Twitch that name?
Because that's what I did my PS4 account, and I didn't want to have numbers and letters in it, and that one's a full word.
That makes sense. That's what my old Twitch used to be, was my gamer tag too. Like that. Oh, cool. I like it. We learn something every day.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and jump into tonight's game of Fates United. Super excited to jump back in as, again, we are going to jump back into the world of Organia. For anyone that is new, Organia is my homebrew D&D world, where the Ancient One has created this and has also created 7 avatars, beings, divine beings that almost are like the angel, right? They represent his divine creations, and from then the 7 avatars then created the different races and nations in this world. You can see all the definitions below in our About Me section as well if you're new. But we join up with our old man teacher up on the hill that overlooks the Centaurium, that has been kind of narrating our whole story and kind of welcoming the audience into our 4 chosen players here. But as a few of the children are still running around, one child who has cracked skin and almost like a rock-like figure to his skin is like poking a frog and barely paying attention. The old man kind of swacks him on the back of the head just lightly, nothing to hurt, just to get him to pay attention.
Anyways, as we continue to watch over our 4 adventurers beginning their journey here at the Centaurium, it had seemed that almost all of the representatives were here, save only one more to join. Anais spent time with Bardicdice, digging deeper, curious about her stone and the power that she had been granted. Zachary continued his quest for knowledge, researching the affinities, specifically Solus, the source of the voice, or so he believes. Kahurangi had begun to introduce himself to the different representatives, meeting a young boy in the process reading a book, and then finding out that his old friend Urgon from the Goliath Shaman tribe had also decided to be a representative. Meikai, having a few unwanted introductions herself, continued to get to know these new fated friends, as all 4 began to prepare for the night's opening dinner and ceremony. As it did, an airship flew over bearing the same insignia as Zachary's homeworld, Celestia. As it landed, out stepped a blonde Aasimar, wearing ruling garb and insignia. And as she does, she kind of corrects her garb, looks over, recognizes Zachary somehow, and says, "That's where you've been?" And before we jump into Zachary's confrontation, we're going to jump around to the rest of our characters real quick. As we are about an hour away from dinner, the sun is just beginning to set in the skylight ahead, a twilight dawn or orange kind of overviewing the sky. Bardicdice had gathered Meikai and Anais, giving them some squire's clothes to wear if they so wish. But you guys do have about an hour-ish before dinner to prepare if there's anything you guys wanted to do beforehand. I believe Meikai definitely did.
Yeah. So upon seeing the squire's clothes, I'm not adverse to them, but I'll turn to Bardicdice and there's how long if I went on horseback, how long would it take to get to the town and back?
Depends on how long you stay there in the town, I guess. About 15-minute ride and back.
Oh,
Maybe a 20 if you're a little distraught.
I think I might go and do that really quick.
More than happy to,
Uh,
of course.
Yeah. I don't. I'll be okay. Where are the stables?
Oh, they're in the front. Yes, I do need to get going. I'm trying to find Zachary. I haven't found him yet. But if you go up to the front by the courtyard in the beginning, if you go through the hallway there are some stables so you can grab a horse. Just go out the front and you should be fine. I believe we have our last visitor showing. So I need to find Zachary. I need to go up there and find him. It's okay.
Oh,
So, Anais, and he turns and signs to her. Are you okay? Did you want to go with her? Bye, Makai. Anais, then
Yeah.
are you good, dear? Yes?
He got her clothes, right? She's
Yeah.
not, like, holding. Yeah, so she's just holding, and she just like nods, and then she goes. She will sign. Where is this? Where do I go after I'm done?
This is the dining hall, dear. Dinner. We're having dinner before, yeah. Just meet up at the dining hall. It's okay. Just follow everybody else. Everyone else will be going there anyway.
She probably just looks like still really confused.
Do you want me to
She's
come
kinda
back and
nods.
get
I'm
you?
like, going to it. She nods.
Sure. Okay, let me go find Zachary. Let me go meet the last representative. Let me come back here and find you. And you see this like really tired, like where he usually is like, huzzah! He's like, huzzah!
Frazzled. Where can you like wash up and stuff? Is that like near the
In your residence, yeah. I mean, you guys,
okay.
I'll say you guys probably have your own area. I think I said before the nobles each have their own, but I think the non-nobles share like a female and male like communal type thing, shower, bathroom. So
Okay.
but you'd have your own privacy there. There's enough. Yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, I guess
It's a
I would
nice
just
place.
go. I would just go back there and get washed up. I'm sure, unless there's someone as small as her, I'm sure the clothes are probably kind of big on her, but she doesn't seem to really
Oh, no.
notice or care.
There's definitely someone as small as you. They're
What?
more children and teenagers growing of age here. So imagine
There's a
Zachary's
10-year-old.
sisters
So-
working here, things like that. Yeah. So
Perfect.
surprisingly snug.
It actually fits.
Bricarius is quite the eye for tailorship, but you'd be surprised. He's always dressed up to the nines, so you'd be, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah,
So yeah, she was.
okay. So you head back there. Kaharangi,
Mhm.
what are you up to? Think you
So
were
the first
training
thing
with Ergon last, or if I remember correctly?
Well, we were training with Oregon, then I was training with Makai for a bit,
Mhm.
and then we came to us and said that we need to. I was with Makai when we found out that we need to go get ourselves ready for an event tonight.
Okay, perfect. You're getting ready.
So I don't have to run to the market to get dressed. So I'm gonna just go ahead and head back to my this abode, and I'm going to put on an outfit that I would have worn for like the shamanistic ritual and stuff. Same outfit. And then I'm going to use the extra time I have looking for the flowers and herbs that my good friend, make sure I get the right name.
Nerg, the cook.
Yeah, the cook.
So if you might not have clarified, I don't quite remember at this time, but you do remember now at this point that when he was describing these herbs and ingredients, that it's nothing that can be found here at the Centaurium, but is up in the mountains.
Okay.
So it'd be a little hike to go get that.
Good to know.
Kahu, I'll go anyways.
I have an hour. I'll be fine.
Perfect.
We're gone. Let's go. And battle encounter. Let's do this. Yeah. Awesome.
I guess then if I run into Anais or something, I'll see if I can help her figure out her situation.
I'm so sorry. I got distracted by chat. What?
Or if I end up running into like Anais or something as I'm walking back, I would
Gotcha.
attempt to assist her.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll jump into Make High then and go ahead and as she's speeding down to Rosewood, there's a few travelers that kind of like get out of the way as the horse is bolting past, and it's just like, watch where you're riding. Yeah. So but you easily make it into Rosewood just as the sun's cresting on the waters. There you see a ship just pulling into port. Here, again, this is a U-shaped city in a port. So it centers around the middle of the port. You see an old church rising up in the rising up in the back there, a lighthouse, and quite a bit of different just houses that are spread out in just unorganized ways. This is a port town that has grown as people have joined in. So yeah, what do you do?
Sorry, your mom. I want to find a clothing shop.
Suspense guy.
I want to find a clothing shop. Something, yeah.
Okay.
Let's-
Are you
do you
just
want me
looking
to-
for it? Are you asking people for help? What's the plan?
I'll try to spot it at first, and if I can't spot it, then I'll ask for directions.
Okay, give me a perception check. Actually, at disadvantage because you've never been here before.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, my mom is my life DM, guys.
15.
15. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, so without even having to ask, you're able to look around. You're like, okay, that must be the local bar. There's a lot of fishermen there. That's the fish market. Okay, that must be the church there. And you kind of see past it almost like a merchant's square past the bar there. So you can continue to go down that if you want. And as you walk past the bar, you see a sign with tentacles reaching out, almost if it's trying to reach out to the people walking by, and it's called the Kraken's Reach. But as you look in, there's just no one in there. There's like one guy. And so at the door, you just hear this guy, Kraken's Reach. Come in, get drinks, half off. Anybody? Come on. It's the only bar in town. Anybody? All right. Hey, you want a drink?
I'm looking for clothes, but maybe later.
I don't have any drinks. And he's like walking past towards the next person there. But yeah, you're able to walk easily past, and you find it's like this open square with like fruits and fish and different kind of like trading markets with like the overhangs. But then you do see a few buildings behind it, and one of them looks like a tailor shop.
I'm gonna go there and tie the horse up, because you
About
you
to
don't
tie
want it
my
just
mom out.
wandering. Yeah, sorry. She's
I love it.
fantastic. Yeah, so I'll just go in and see what they have. Does it look like it's open?
Yeah,
First
the
of all?
door's open.
Okay.
Looks
good.
like there's a little movement inside.
Hello? I'll walk in.
Oh, hello, dear. How can I help you today?
Hi, I need something more presentable than I just kind of motion.
Yes. You're quite
I'm
old to be a
at the
squire up at the Centaurium.
No, I'm one of the participants at there, and there's a nice ceremony thing, I guess.
Oh dear, we need
so-
to get you in better clothing. Come over here, please. I am Laura. Come this way, come this way. Trevere! Trevere, we need help! Trevere, come, get the measuring tape. Come, it's
don't-
okay. Yes, it's fine, come on in. And she like starts guiding you in the middle of like all these robes and puts you up on this like pedestal.
I only request that I can either have my tail covered up, or if you have a little matching ribbon that I can put that, wrap that around my tail, and I don't wear white. So,
That is
any
fair.
other colors are fine.
I would only think that it would be a wedding day if you were white. Don't worry, you're not the first tiefling that's come in through here. Don't worry. I know exactly what to do.
Oh, when did you see last tiefling?
Oh, the city by the Centaurium, dear. We get all sorts of people in here.
Oh, that makes sense. If something can match this necklace, and I'll hold up the necklace that my dad had given me with the affinities and the little cherry blossom.
That might be a little difficult, but don't worry. I think I might have something. And she goes to the back, and like an older man kind of walks out who looks like he hates working here, but he does because his wife tells him to. But he comes out and he starts measuring you. He's like, pick up your arm. All right. Do we need to measure the horns? No, don't worry about the horns. All right. And he like starts measuring the rest. Goes back, and she comes back in with a rack of different robes and clothing for you. One is a nice violet robing with some ceremonial like lace work on it, and another one is this nice blue with silver, and then another one is this yellow with lines and the different affinities. And she looks like she's added some lace work of cherry blossom, very much like your picture right now.
My current one.
Yeah.
Does she have any like the one that I had drawn
The
other day?
yes.
With the red?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I really like these robes. I will be back for these. What about shirts and pants combo? And maybe like heeled boots, like 3-4 inches.
The specifics of a tiefling measurement might take me a day to actually tailor directly for you, but I could give you something to get you by. Okay, of course. She kind of gathers a few clothing and presents it to you. It's surprisingly decently fitting. She seems to have quite the eye for this, though you can tell that it would probably need a day's work of actually tailoring it and fitting it, and potentially making areas where you could hide the tail a little bit easier, and just customizing it to your to your body form. But
all right, so I'll just get a top and pants, and then if she has ribbon, I'll just tie that like around like the last probably like foot of my tail. I'll just like tie it up. It's a weird tiefling thing, guys, don't worry about it.
Of course, no, it's fine.
And yeah, how much do I owe you for all of this?
Oh, don't worry, I'll give you a discount being at the Centaurium. I was 4 gold for the lot, and we'll make it 5 if you want it tailored.
Yes, and I will be back another day to get some other things.
Certainly. Do you have any requests? I could work on them.
I like darker colors. Yellow is nice though. I do like the robes that you have done. So something in yellow, maybe with some blue on it. I have some ideas in mind. I need to get back. I'm on probably. I don't have a watch. Just look
it's
outside.
Getting close.
Yeah. I need to go. Thank you so much. I'll pay her and.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Please tell everyone else. I'm sure there are many up there. We're so excited about hearing the Centaurium. Please have everyone come down. We want to meet everyone.
Yes, we definitely going to do that. Thank you so much. Your name?
Laura.
Laura. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Okay.
You just hear a voice in the back. Can we close up for dinner yet? That's my husband. Okay.
I'm hungry too. I'll go and go back up.
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead and give me an animal handling check to see how well you can keep the horse at a good pace.
Okay, 18.
18. Easy enough. You make it with like 5 minutes to spare. You're able to quickly go get changed and freshened up, and you might be a few minutes late to the residence hall. But Paharangi, you see Meikai running back to the residence as you're going to meet up with Anais. You can kind of hear in the garden. Yeah, so this is one of the 4 Chosens at the statue over here. No, it's okay, kid. It's all right. I'll show you them on the way to the dining hall. And you see Joestar, the kid, and Carlos, the Triton,
Joestar looks like he's really trying to get away from him. But they're just kind of walking through the garden, heading over to the dining table there. But we shall now jump back into... Oh! That's where you've been? The female Asimar, blonde hair, almost like fiery yellow eyes. She's wearing a very ornate dress, robes, that looks very presentable and very noble as well. She looks over. Zach, what kind of reaction do you give her in that moment? As there's also, if you remember, the same people that are meeting them that met you. So there's the Inquisitor Cardinal Varys, who stands there with his golden armor, dark skin, bald head, and white eyes. There's Lady Lexis Neon, the cleric of the temple, golden and with her hair tightly wrapped up in the back with ornate symbols of the different affinities on her armor. There's the orc, what's his name? There's the orc steward, Garen Iman, and Bracharius, who's finally just running up, a little frazzled. Zachary, there you are. But how is your reaction?
So I will stand up, grab my notebook, and begin to walk over, just kind of saying like, "Oh, you must be the last representative. You must have me confused with somebody else." And as I'm walking, I'm gonna write "talk later, please," like underlined, and then present it to her.
Persuasion check.
All right.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay. I mean, 12's not that bad. So.
She straightens up. "Oh, my mistake. I mistook you for someone else. Excuse me, Squire." And just waves you off and walks forward to the teachers there, who are all like curiously looking between and Vicarious. Did you know each other? My mistake.
I break left.
I thought he looked familiar, but he's no one that I'm aware of. But yeah, you're quickly able to sneak off. If you do look back at all, she's giving you a little bit of a side eye. But she is very much in a diplomatic mode at the moment. Almost kind of like how you saw the Queen do, switch into a very pleasant, "Oh, hello, nice to meet you. I am, yada yada." So, you kind of walk off as they begin to talk and mingle amongst themselves. Where are you going? As the camera pans away from that conversation, stays with you. Keep her
anywhere but here.
You are near the dining hall. You can head back towards the garden. Vicarious is seeing you run off. He's like, "Oh, Zachary, remember, dinner is in really soon, actually. We have the ceremony afterwards. Make sure to be there."
I'll go find a spot for dinner then.
Are you're just going straight into the dining hall?
Yeah, I'm gonna find kind of like the most corner seat where the least amount of seats are nearby it.
I want to sit alone. Yeah, you are one of the first ones there. You do see
First choice then.
another one of the humans there, Anir, who is the mage from Vanali. Darker skin, well dressed, blue robe with like stars and moons on it. He's just kind of sitting there writing in a book. And then you hear coming from the entrance, "Right, so seriously, this is my favorite place. If you come through the courtyard and look up," you can hear Carlos talking to Joestar. And he sees Anir and was like, "Ah," and then starts walking straight over to your table. Do you do anything?
I grab my book and look like I'm very engrossed in reading.
Oi! Oh, that's amazing! I forgot your name. I'm so sorry. My name's Carlos. This is Joestar. He likes to read too. Would you like to have a reading buddy?
I think typically reading is a solo venture.
Nah, never much. You're always good to have company. Here, sit down, Joestar. There's only 2 seats here. Don't worry. I'll go meet new friends. And he kind of like punches you in the arm a little bit. He's like, "Carlos, what's your name?"
My name's Zachary.
Zachary, nice to meet you. I'm gonna go get a seat there while we get started. I'm so excited.
Take your time.
And he sits down and starts chatting with an ear. Yeah, we'll jump back. As Zach is, Joestar's just kind of sitting on the other side of you, just kind of gives you that look and grabs out his book and without saying anything just starts reading because he doesn't want to talk to anybody either.
What is he reading?
I'll give me a perception check because it's not really like a big title or anything.
12 again.
12?
Another
Okay.
12.
Sure. He is reading about the history and government of New Otare.
All right.
A couple minutes go by. I really don't like reading history. And he like closes it. What are you reading?
History.
Okay. And he just like changes it out with another book, and this time you see it's like a fairy tale fictions novel, and he's just like he's about like halfway through, and he untucks a little dog tag in the corner and begins reading again. Yeah. But yeah, you see Junarg, who's the ogre chef, running around and telling all the squires to get ready and prepare, and they're definitely seeming like it's a grand night for the dinner. Some of the human representatives start walking in. You see Marston Jonah. She walks over to the table nearby and kind of is eyeing Joestar, but is at the other side. Sirsar Creed A comes in. He's talking with Ergon, and they're kind of like talking back and forth about different sparring methods and things like that. And eventually the queen does walk in. She quickly notices you and everyone else and sits down with Anir. But yeah, Kaharaga, you go back to grab Anais as Bricarius was distracted. What are you guys doing?
So did I find Anais then, I'm assuming?
Did you knock on her door?
Yeah.
I'm waiting in my room for Bricarius to come get me.
I mean, I'd be looking for her, so I guess knocking on her door is the first place to check.
Aw, you didn't really hear. I'll do it. There you go. I like slowly open it, peek up, and she looks surprised. She didn't expect to see you.
Hello. Want to join me?
You hear a door slam as Makai runs into her room.
You're welcome to come as well.
5 minutes.
Is it getting pretty close? Like, do I feel like Bricarius probably forgot?
It's like 10 minutes out. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take my book and I take my weapon.
I have my spear in my hand as well, so.
Oh, perfect! I definitely take it even more than before. And
Why? Do you guys think this place is dangerous? I don't know why you think you have to have your weapon around with you the whole time.
Yeah, so weird for
So
her.
weird.
Huh? Yeah. So she just kind of like looks around and just nods to you, like she's ready.
I'll point over to Maykai's room and be like, should we wait?
Just nods.
And as you guys are waiting, you do finally see, or coming around the corner is Bricarius, who's, okay, and so, lady, your, whew, sorry, give me a second. So your room is the last one up there. I think it's still open, actually, next to, oh, interesting, a hammock. Sure. Yes, your room is going to be right next, and you guys can see a blonde-haired Asimar with a very noble garb who, thank you very much. I know the way. Give me a few minutes. I need to unwind, change. I'll be a few minutes late. Thank you. Vicaris looks over. He's like, right. Okay. Oh, nice. Good. I was just coming to get you. And looks like I already did. Whew. It's a day.
She signs, why were you running?
It's we gotta get to dinner. It's, just found Zachary. Thought he was coming back here. I don't know where he went. Are you good? Are you guys able to find the dining hall? I need to go find Zach.
I'm pretty sure I know where the dining hall is.
Good.
Just gotta follow your nose.
Great. And he just starts turning and starts running off again.
Man needs to learn a fly spell.
He needs a locate object spell. Is what he needs.
Yeah.
Locate creature.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where's
Locate
that scarf?
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I'm guessing you're done getting ready.
Yeah, I do it really quick. I have makeup on. I look all fancy for once, and yeah.
Should we wait for that new person as well, so she's not just walking in on her own?
Should I get my dagger? For
Use the rest of your weapons.
Anais nods.
oh, okay. I'm gonna get my dagger, and so I have on my red silk shirt, and I have I don't want to say leather pants because that sounds weird, but I have leather pants on and boots, and then I tuck the dagger in my little waist sash thing. And my tail has a pretty little black ribbon on it.
Nice. I like it. I like it.
There was a new person who just showed up. Should we wait for them as well?
Anais writes, she said she would be late. And then she writes, Vicaris would have to run and get us again.
That's just. Oh, that's who I. Yeah.
That's fair.
Let's just go. She's on the nobility side. She'll take forever.
You don't know that.
They always take forever.
As we're walking. Does that explain why we had to wait for you?
I took 3 minutes.
That's...
I am on the commoner side. I am not nobility.
Yeah. So you guys make your way back to the dining hall?
Yes.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
As you walk in, you see Varys, who's instructing the different inquisitors to move the tables around a little bit, more in a presentable dining hall, almost ceremonial way, where everyone can kind of gather around and see each other and talk. You also see someone that you guys haven't seen. Well, Makai, you haven't seen in a while. You see Iscarius Gihorn, the fire genasi that you met from your episode 0. Though it's long black hair, just kind of standing there. He's waving just a lazy arm, kind of moving tables around. But he seems to be joining everyone else here as well. The Inquisitors are here moving about, and what you actually see is Lady Nexus going over to each one of the representatives and seems to be breaking them up from the different groups that they, almost simple niche groups that they have gathered in among their own kind.
Youth group tactics.
No.
Hey, how many people are in this room right now?
There are, let's see.
Roughly. You don't have to give me an exact number.
When you look at the table, there are 12 seats at one table and 11 seats at the other table.
Okay, so there's quite a few people here.
Yeah, there's almost
in the room.
Not everyone's quite here, but I'd say if we're saying there's 25-ish tables, there's maybe 15 to 17 people here. There's only a handful missing.
Okay. I think like she seemed pretty at ease, but as soon as we like get in the room, she's like instantly on guard again. This is probably more people than they've seen in a while. Or like that the whole group has seen, and especially her. So she is like back to looking like she's lingering near the doorway and very high alert. She might be standing behind Kahu because he's really big.
Yeah, you guys are kind of like standing over there. Meikai, what are you guys doing, Kahu and Meikai? As Anais kind of slips behind you, Kahu, very much like your younger brother might.
I guess I'll scan the crowd and kind of get a feel for what's going on and go find a place where I can eat.
Yep, the orc, Sir Garen Iman, he is wearing to the breeches, top hat, bow tie, tuxedo, like it is his night to shine. He is looking dapper. You feel like his teeth might have been extremely cleaned and brushed today to the point of like bleached. His mustache is a little bristled out. But he walks over.
And you're looking top notch today.
Thank you, Sir Kaharangi. I appreciate you noticing. Please follow me. We have assigned seating tonight. So, if you would sit here, and Kahu, you see you are sitting on the either side of Anir and Lady Jonah. I think I have their name wrong. The Marston Jonah. And then he looks over and, Lady Meikai, if you could please this way.
and pulls you over. You would
I look at Anais.
Are you just waving
She's
at her?
small. Yeah, there's everybody's kid pulling away, so I'm just like standing there, like her eyes are really big, and she just looks like she's about to run out of the room.
I'm giving Anais this like in my eyes.
It's okay.
I kind of would have looked down at Anais and just picked up my spear and been like, give her a nod, like, you're okay.
Yeah, she'll probably like reach back. It's like on her back, so she'll reach back and like touch it. It's like okay,
Wide-eyed.
type of look. Yeah.
Lady Meikai, you'll be sitting next to Lady Alana Taris and Urgon.
Okay.
And then he walks back over and he's just about getting up to you, Anais, and you feel a hand on your back.
Oh, okay.
Jump though. She jumps like what?
Ah!
She really touched me.
I wish it was Carla.
That was so close with your spear. Are you okay?
She like was really. And then she calms down. It's Bri, right?
Yeah, it's right.
Okay, yeah.
I see Zachary's back in here. At the lab. Are you okay? I'm gonna go get some water.
You look
She
like
just
you've seen a
signs-
ghost.
She just assigns seating, and then she signs immediately after. I didn't expect. It scared me.
My apologies.
It's fine. Everything's safe here. There's no reason to be afraid of anything from our past. You're gonna be okay.
She just stares at him.
Don't worry, you'll be able to see me from where you're seating. I made sure. Yeah. Sir Iman, she's over here. Okay, good. And he kind of guides you over to sitting next to Sir Sark Reed. And Representative Carlos. Or actually, no, wait. No, I had that
Alright.
backwards. I'm sorry, I had that backwards. You're sitting next to Joestar, the boy with the book.
Oh, okay.
So my bad. Yep. And then there is 3 more open seats. Sir Iman walks over to you, Zachary. So Zachary, if you would mind, and he points over to next to Sir Carlos. There's an open seat, and then on the other side of you, there is a blank seat that does not seem to be filled yet.
Okay. I will walk over and take a look at who I'm sitting by.
Sir Carlos. Oi! Hey there! Look at it! It's Destiny, eh? Sometimes it looks like we're gonna have to get to know each other now. I kind of pats the seat next to him.
Sit down.
Oh, this is amazing, isn't it? All of us together. It's kind of a fun night, don't you think?
Yeah. Great night.
Right. Yeah. So I'm from Triton. It's first time out. Where are you from?
New Organia.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of you all from New Organia, ain't there?
Capital and all, you know.
Yeah, you know it. Ah, yeah. A lot to be there. Haven't traveled far, though. Maybe we can go visit it sometime.
Sure.
Yeah. Cool. Wonder what we're having for dinner? And you just see him like really reaching for those like awkward, like shallow conversations. But yeah.
Zachary's not helping him out.
Yeah. He'll probably go quiet after a little bit. Surprisingly, I turn to his other side, start talking to Anir on the other side. But you guys start seeing the staff, all of them. Eli Sand, the Tabaxi start to walk in. He's dressed very well. Garrick Stone, who seems to be tried to fit into his suit and robe, and he kind of gave up, and he's just kind of like wearing shorts. Liara's kind of dressed up to the nines. She's like this almost like prom dress, almost like overdressed compared to everyone else. She's got a little like makeup on her face. It seems to be dripping a little bit with the water. You see all of the Inquisitors who seem to have polished their armor, who look extremely well dressed, almost militaristically. And they all are standing over by different seats next to the head one. There's a seat open at the head of the table and then one next to it. And the Inquisitors kind of gather around there with a different amount of the staff. Bricarius goes over, gets a drink of water, and is like, it's just sitting there, just like gathering his breath. But Lady Leda walks over to you, Zach, and leans in a little bit. She goes, I received word back from your sisters, from the note you sent. Everything seems to be fine, but she hands you a note from your.
Okay. Thank you.
You doing all right?
I mean,
Baby. Sorry.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
He kind of like takes you and like walks you a couple steps from the table. Is there anything I can do?
I don't know. It's just I didn't. It's just a lot to take in. I got attacked by wolves on the road again.
Quite proud of you.
And almost died. I didn't really do anything. And
Not what I
don't
heard.
know.
I heard you saved 2 people.
The other 3 saved people.
Don't disquiet the light inside of you, Zach. I've seen it. Queen has seen it.
I don't know.
Don't worry.
I don't know. I mean,
I think the longer you're here, the more you get settled in and find your own place. But if you need
Maybe.
anything, I'm here. I am busy, and she eyes over to the Inquisitors a little bit, but I will always protect you, and I'm here if you need anything. You've been reading a lot lately, actually.
yeah.
I guess some things never change then, huh?
No. Thanks for being here.
About your sister, she hasn't quite recovered yet. But
Really?
Falconis says that the fever is slightly broken, but she seems to be quite tired and exhausted still.
Okay.
Yeah, we're sending for the top clerics, and I told him to keep us updated. If there's anything that we could do to help, send to word our way. So
Okay, good.
don't worry about them; they're protected. The queen took quite some
exceptions and protections for them. They're
Really?
very safe.
That's good.
Good to have good friends in good places then, huh?
Yeah. That's good.
All right. Go have fun meeting. She's like looking over at Carlos, like Gavin, the other guy's ear off. Have fun meeting new friends. She doesn't look
Yeah.
very excited about going back to her table of Inquisitors either.
So, like walking back to the table, based off of empty seats, can I assume somebody might be sitting next to me?
Very much so, yeah.
Okay.
Everyone else is here. The representatives, yeah.
All right. I brace myself.
Anais, you're sitting there kind of wide-eyed, precarious, every so often is giving you a nod. You see a piece of paper slip over right in front of you.
Okay. Like, look down at it.
Yeah, Joe Star's hand is like going back and he's like looking down the other way. You read it?
Yeah.
It says,
I'll read it.
"Hi, I noticed you don't like to talk either.
Aw. How old does he look? Help me out.
Give me a perception check."
18.
About 10 or 11, maybe on the cusp of 12. Very young.
Okay. Yeah, so okay, so before this, she looked like she was like almost halfway out of the chair, like she was gonna bolt out of there. Just with so many people and being packed in. Probably every time Brightcare's probably sensed it, so that she like sits down
Yeah.
a little bit more, but then like she'll like
It's
get
okay,
but when she gets the paper, she'll look down at it and then kind of look up and just kind of realize like how young this kid looks, and her features almost kind of get a little less, I guess, freaked out looking, and she seems to kind of like focus on him, and so she'll like take out her like pen or whatever, and she'll write I don't talk. You don't either? Or you just don't like to? And she'll like slide it over.
Kind of like, it looks a little more excited that like you're playing his game in a way, like writing the note back and forth. But he grabs it and like quickly writes back, and saying, he's like, "Oh, I didn't know you can't talk. I just didn't think you liked talking either. I'm really intimidated, really scared. Everyone's really bigger than me here."
Sure, right. Everyone's bigger than me here too. And then she'll just write, "We can be small together," and then she'll like slide it over.
He just writes, "I'd really like that. My name's Joe Star."
She'll write Anais.
That's all he writes for now, unless you ask anything else.
She might write, she'll write, "Why are you here? You seem pretty young."
He looks not quite as excited after that. He's a little hesitant at first. He looks up, and you see him looking over towards the female paladin on the other side of the table that's sitting next to Kahu. And kind of goes to write, I'm next in line under my father, and been told I need to learn things like fight, magic if I can.
That's kind of it. Like he kind of trails off. He kind of just
It's dot,
shrugs.
dot, dot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really get the idea
Um,
that it's definitely he was kind of forced to be here, almost like he was sent away.
Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah, she'll just she'll write. I think there's a lot of people that don't know what they're doing either with fighting. I don't know too much either.
Really?
And then she takes the paper back and she writes, "Wolves almost ate me yesterday." So
You hear an
dot, dot,
audible
dot.
what? Oh, sorry. Like the whole table for a second, like looks over to you too.
And I was like, Darcy.
Yeah. Everyone else was like, sorry. Sorry. Are you okay? Did they hurt you?
She writes, "Yes, but Zach helped me. So it was fine."
Which one's Zach?
She like points over to Zachy boy.
Oh, I like him. He likes to read. I like to read.
I like to read too.
Really?
Maybe.
Just like a lot of like, wow.
Whoa!
Wow. What do you like to read?
She like thinks for a little bit and then she writes lots of things. I like learning about other cultures and sometimes languages, and I like stories, and and she lists like 5 different things, like and then she slides over, and then she'll write like on the edge, like a little arrow, and it'll like, "You?"
He like flips it over.
Yeah.
And he just says, well, I like fiction stories and supposed to be learning about fishing because we're a fishing city. And I know a lot about the sky and the water affinities. Kind of what we worship at home. There's a little... I like horse riding.
She writes, "Stories are always good." And then she writes, "I've actually been trying to research sky and..." What do you say? Sky and water?
Mm-hmm.
Sky and water. Have you ever heard of anybody that has storm powers?
And it goes
So
on like this for a little bit. We'll come back to that as you guys talk. We'll jump over to Meikai. A pretty awkward silence there. You got, I think I said Ergon and Alana, right?
Mm-hmm. Alana's the queen, right?
Yeah, she was like the last one to sit down, and she looks very nice in this beautiful red dress with gold trim. She's still wearing the headpiece that she's wearing.
We're both wearing red.
She sits down and she goes, "The nice robe you have on."
You too. You look very nice.
Thank you. How are you settling in? Hopefully Sir Carr is not giving you any trouble. I'll kick his ass if he does.
Who?
Oh, Sir Carr Creed. He's the jackass over there. And he points. She
Oh.
points over to the one that has been sparring with you two.
This really cocky guy who,
Hmm.
got a few licks handed to him.
Yeah, he was raised always the best around. Granica is a war-ready city. Humility is not taught there too. I do apologize.
I know people like that back home too. It's okay.
And you, Ergon, if that's your name,
Yeah.
And you see him like he'd already been like grabbing some rolls from the table and was like you know, removing the crumbs from him. He's probably like one of the few that's like actually starting to eat already.
Yeah. Just you know, just mountain folk down here. You know, nothing special. How about you, Makai? You're not too far from us, aren't you?
Used to be. I have been traveling. Sorry, there's a fly.
Ergon
I
kills the fly.
I got it
Thank
for you. You're welcome.
Um, technically, yes. It's been a while since I've been home, but yeah, you were only, I mean, a bit a ways on the same side of the continent, so yeah. You have beautiful mountains in your country and beautiful forests too, so it was nice walking through.
Yeah, I kind of miss it, to be honest. It's a little stuffy here in stonework. Kind of like Kahu's idea about sleeping outside, to be honest.
He had quite a setup.
All right. Yeah, tell me about it.
You hear the queen on the other side of you. So you've been quite the traveled one.
Yeah. 2 years. Just traveling, trying to get by, lots of painting and playing instruments at taverns and doing odd jobs here and there.
You hear from about halfway down the table.
More like Kingslayer.
Who is that? Makai doesn't say that. I differentiate my accent. Who?
That was for sure Sir Creed, who had been walking to his seat and had overheard part of the conversation. And before you can even say anything, the queen says, "Enough! None of that." And you see shoot her almost like diplomatic, nice demeanor turn very sharp and mean towards him, and you just see him roll his eyes and sits down.
I also shot a look at him.
Probably didn't keep you as much mind as he did the queen, but yeah.
No, but
Again, apologies. It has quickly spread. What the Silverhorns mean, but I doubt you'll be trying any more slang anytime soon. All right.
there's a lot of things in that story that didn't get told. I'm sure you know in politics, when there's something that doesn't want to be said, it gets covered up.
Fortunately, I know that only too well.
But I promise you, I have absolutely no intention. The king of Hanasuka, sent me here because the others kept not making their journey for some reason. So he was more hoping that I would die on my way here than anything.
What happened to them?
I honestly have no idea. He just said they kept meeting their ends.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Still being that one.
22.
Oh, okay. Glad nothing has happened to you.
2. But I've already kind of forfeited my life, so anything after has just been a bonus.
I can surprisingly relate to that. Maybe we have more in common than you think.
You'd be surprised. It's weird stepping back into all of this. So,
I kind of know the same. Actually been doing my own travels, where I had to step up and take the responsibilities I had to take up. Last year, doing my own thing. I had my own agenda to serve before I served the people. But no longer can we choose what our future is.
no. But you can certainly help your subjects.
That is the plan.
I think that's the hardest part. Nobility is seen as being selfish, but they're put in a very hard position sometimes too. I do wish you luck. I don't envy that.
You actually see a break of kind of the outside austerity a little. I don't know the right word for it, but like a little bit of a crack in like the demeanor she puts on, a little bit almost like vulnerability. Yeah, you try and do nice things for some people, even protect their secrets, but you're always the bad guy.
Yeah. It's... I think you're on a good road, though. I don't know you too well, but you have nerves of steel, it seems, so that's not an easy thing to train. It's something someone's born with.
Well, sure, you, like everyone else, knows here that my father died when I was quite young. Forced to grow those nerves, steel.
Yeah. Do I know, Mike, that her father was killed? Is that
That's
that he
the.
was
I mean, that's the common knowledge
the
of the
story?
land. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no reason not
Yeah.
to think that. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, we'll jump over to Kahurangi. I believe I said Marston, and was it Sir Carr was on the other side of you?
I had Lady
Jonah, who's the paladin with
and
Joas.
Anir.
Anir, that's right. Okay. I was wondering where I put Anir. Okay. Yeah, Anir is kind of like a darker skinned mage from Vanali. But you kind of overhear the Kingslayer and a quite stark retribution from the queen a couple seats down. And Anir's on this side of you, and Jonah, who's just sitting there quietly watching this interaction between Anais and Joarston happening. Are you doing anything?
I feel like some food is in order. This place feels awkward.
Awkward is... This isn't anything. Back home, I live with many mages. Trust me, they are way more awkward than this. All having their own agendas, their own wordings. They could care less about you.
Do
It's
they
actually
have
quite
a tendency to always read a book?
Many of them, yes. Their nose gets longer the more they read.
Interesting.
Quite fast.
Curious to see what happens to a friend of mine then.
He kind of like looks down the table. Is that referencing the Queen's Squire? I'm quite surprised he's not sitting next to her, actually.
It doesn't seem like we've really had control over this situation.
That's true. Quite weird to be out of Manali. Everything is based on the status quo and the class. It's quite... And you kind of see this interest, not really disgust, but like just this interest of, I don't normally get to sit with the nobles and mingle with them.
The name is Kahurangi.
Anir. Pleasure to acquaintance.
Pleasure to make yours as well.
And yours. And he's like leaning past you to Lady Jonah.
I'll turn towards her as well.
I don't do much talking. Lady Jonah, I'm here for my own reasons. That's all you need to know.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
She does not.
Another one of those stones. I turned back to an ear.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a stiff one right there. We'll work on you. Don't worry, darling. I seem to be quite charismatic from the different mages that you've met so far.
Everybody has their wear point eventually, right?
I would think so. Surprisingly, chosen myself. Seems all the mages had their head up in the clouds and didn't really feel it was a need to show and represent themselves here.
But you say you chose yourself to come here.
I did. Any of us that were attempting to get in within the 3 circles, we all had a chance to prove ourselves, and I won. My attempt to get in with the mages there.
Sounds like you are quite proficient in whatever your chosen profession is.
And you kind of like see him like sparkle a little bit of a bulb of light and starts passing it through his like hands and fingers, kind of like twirling it. I have my own skills, but and he kind of like pops it in like a burst of like sparks. And I could continue to grow and study.
I'm seeing that the mind can be a powerful thing. It is definitely a mystery.
I think it's quite the exciting mystery to delve into and explore, to find the limits and stretches of what our imagination can.
I think that is a worthy goal to search for.
And you hear, as we leave from Kahu's conversation back over to Zachary's, right then, I'm getting kind of hungry over here. Is dinner gonna start soon?
Just hold your horses. Dinner's worth waiting for. There's one more we need.
And as we say this, a beautifully dressed female with blonde hair and a nice, almost skin tan dress walks in, her hair flowing, and almost all of the eyes and heads turn over to the last one, an unknown representative that seems to walk in. She nods to everyone and
Oh, great. Good. We can eat now.
and Erg and Iman starts passing out the plates. You see Varys now walks in after her, and all of the other staff and inquisitors are here, except for the table or the chair at the head of the staff table. That one seems to remain empty. But the rest of the representatives are sitting down as this female pulls out her chair, and there's almost like this silence as all of the conversation quieted for a second, almost looking at her stunning beauty, and just you're not gonna grab the chair for me?
To me?
Yeah.
I'll get up and I'll pull the chair out for her.
She sits down.
I'll tuck it in. Sit down.
You hear Bright Carriers, oh, what a gentleman, what a gentleman. And then like the conversation starts billowing back up again, as everyone starts to slowly dig into their first course. It's a nice soup and chili and kind of stuff like that with bread rolls and everything, and they bring out salads.
Yeah, Zach is sitting there just kind of staring downward, but like kind of side-eyeing the girl next to me every once in a while.
That's how you treat me. Pleasure to meet you. What is your name? And there's like a steel coldness to it.
I understand why you're mad.
Well, if
Please
he's not
do
going to
it.
introduce myself, my name's Carlas. Nice to meet you. What's your name? And he goes over, shakes. She goes, thank you. My name is Sasha. Why did I just forget her last name? Hold on. Sasha Evernance. A pleasure to meet you. I apologize. I was in the middle of a conversation with him, if you don't mind. Oh, right. Yeah.
That happens to me a lot. All right. And he just, okay. And he just kind of turns the other way and is attempting to get back into the conversation on the other side. And your name? As you can see, there's enough people around. She's attempting to keep up some sort of posterity of not knowing you from the letter you gave her.
We can talk tonight, okay?
Oh, but I don't know you. Do I? What's your name? What are you going by here?
I'm Zachary. Okay, I'm Zachary.
Pleasure to meet you. And you guys are at the end of the table, so there's only Carlos, and there's really no one at the other end, but on the opposite side, there is like Anais and Joestar there, who seem to be like passing notes back and forth and not really talking. Ah, so I am the representative from Celestia. Where do you bear from, sir?
Congratulations, that's impressive. From New Organia. I'm the Queen's squire.
You see this flare of, like, excuse me? As she whispers, trying to keep it down. That's quite a lowly position for you, Zachary.
Look, there's a lot going on. I'm sure you're mad.
You don't even know. And you actually see tears starting to form up. She's trying to hold them back.
I want to, like, there's a moment where Zach, like, slowly kind of moves his hand over, like, underneath the table to, like, almost grab her hand for a second. And then he, like, stops midway and thinks better of it and kind of begins to pull back.
Play a smart idea. I was like, that's going to be a roll right there. I could have gone real bad. You see her stiffen up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I can't explain everything, but
Fine. Just met you today. I don't know what you're sorry for. Obviously don't know anything about you.
Yeah. And he just kind of sits there.
As the dinner continues to roll on, you guys have these conversations. Is there anything specific you guys want to do before we finish up with dinner?
Well, I want to hear. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go. You're good.
You wanted to finish up the sky
I did.
water
I wanted
conversation.
to know what he's talking about.
I gotta build suspense, y'all. Yeah, so we circle back to the other side of the table. You guys see a very tense and awkward conversation between them, if you even notice. But Anais, you quickly write back after this as he goes, yeah, of course I do.
Yeah, I'll be like, that. I'll write, that's. I've been trying to research that actually. The person in the archives didn't know anything.
No, and well, I mean, it was one of the champions of New Otari.
Would I know anything about that? I would assume not.
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so you didn't really come across anything in your research specifically stating that.
Mm-hmm. I will write, I don't know anything about that. Can you tell me?
Yeah, it's one of the statues outside. Like writes down, sorry. As he's like as he's continuing. Yeah, Tarantario. He was the champion from New Otari. Not the last one. And there's like he like scribbles and stops. I don't remember how long ago, but it was quite a while ago. We have statues for him in our city.
She writes, so he had storm powers?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, everyone called him like a lightning bolt from heavens and a storm king and all that kind of stuff. I actually read a book about him. It was a fictional book. I think they kind of exaggerated a little bit.
She writes, do you have it?
Yeah, in my room. Do you want to borrow it?
She nods.
Cool. Maybe book buddies? And like share books.
She writes, I would love to, but I don't really own any.
Oh,
I'm
that's
sorry.
okay. I mean, just share mine. We can talk about it. Or, well, write about it. Like scribbles out talk and says write about it.
Yeah, she writes, I would like that.
You see Bardicdice on the other side of you just...
It's like, I paired you up good,
I'm
huh?
so proud of you guys. Yeah? Any other questions for him?
Sorry, can you remind me what his name was again? I just realized I don't even have my notebook out. Silly me.
Sir Ontario.
Ontario?
Yeah, almost like Canada. Ontario.
Okay. And he was the representative from where?
He was the champion.
His country?
He's the champion who came from New Otare.
And that's where he's from, this kid?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait. Did I say? Hold on. Let me double check. I think so. I feel like I changed that a few times. Yes. Yeah, from New Otare. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And Zach and is over there. Does he just look absolutely miserable?
Zach?
Yeah, Zach is just sitting there kind of very sullen, not even really eating his food.
How far away is he from me?
4 or 5 feet. Like almost not directly across, but like 1 seat over. You're sitting across from Carlos.
Okay. She's like, wait. Okay.
It's eating.
He's,
Bardicdice
He was
waves and
super
then
close.
realizes Carlos isn't waving at him.
Oh no. Yeah. If he was closer, I might have done something, but he'd be far away. I'm not gonna make a scene, so I'll just chill with this nice kid.
All right.
I'm gonna call him Joe.
Joe.
Right? It's Joe something.
Joarston. Joarston in the
Okay.
Discord. And it will be in the new Discord. Ching.
Hey.
Yeah, for anyone that wants to join the Discord. So for my players, I put in different pictures and references to the NPCs so you can keep track. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the official Discord as well. Just for copyright reasons, I don't want to put them on stream because a lot of it's just grabbing from Google or Dragon Prince or just from different shows. So if you guys wanted to follow along, you can do that at the Discord as well. Thanks. But yeah.
Yeah, I just think the rest of the time she, like, it's kind of like she is in big sister mode a little bit because this kid's so young.
Mhm.
So she's kind of just trying. She's like, she'll spend the rest of the time like asking him questions about like stuff he likes and stuff that makes him happy, especially if he looks like he doesn't want to be here.
You know.
So that's kind of what I'm doing.
Yeah, he definitely
rest.
seemed his spirit seemed to be improved a bit. That he's starting to meet a few people that engage and care about his topics and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We know Zach and Sasha are having a quiet, awkward sit there. Meikai and Kafurangi, before we move on, is there anything else you guys wanted to do or talk about?
I wanted to ask the queen if there's a way that I can mess with Sarkrid. Super subtly.
You said what?
Or I want to ask the queen like at some point and just like kind of lean over and just ask like, Is there anything I can do to mess with the butthole guy, Sarkrid?
She's like sipping on the soup a little bit. Oh, that would be quite beneath a queen to say anything, but
You're not the queen here.
exactly. Oh, anytime you can beat him in combat, he takes that quite hard. He's never been able to beat me yet.
Well, it's been a while, but maybe I can do something.
He also has a stone that he keeps in his pocket. That's his weapon. Turns into his staff, I would call it. If that goes missing one day, I'm sure he'd be happy to freak out. But you didn't hear that from me. Just to drink more soup.
I didn't. I'll drink some more. I'm gonna ask the Goliath guy. I keep forgetting his name. I'm so sorry. I have it written down too. Ergon. How long have you known?
Is he just like sucking up the soup? Not very gentlemanlike at all.
How long have you known Kahu? You seemed very together, friends.
Oh, I mean, yeah, since he was a baby. I mean, my father and mother were the ones that did the whole like shamanistic ritual, you're not dead thing, you know. And then yeah, and then I ended up serving with them. I was their chaplain and medic in war. So yeah, we're pretty tight, you could say. Shield brothers, sisters, that's what the college star call it.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've been through thick and thin. He kind of leans over. He's like, "That's kind of why I'm here, looking out for him. It didn't go so well before we left, but that's water under the bridge, if you will."
I cannot imagine him as a baby.
Yeah, no, he's like bottom of the totem pole. He's got like 7, 8 brothers and sisters.
Oh, that's a lot. I'm an only child.
Really? Yeah, we don't have much of those. They're kind of looked down upon in our cultures.
My
Like,
parents had no choice.
Understandable. It's a tiefling thing. I get it.
I guess so.
I mean, is it not? I don't know anything about y'all. I know you got horns and tails.
We don't have shield brothers or sisters. We're not really wartime people.
Yeah, that's some of our jokes that we could like just blow you guys over. We could take you guys on pretty easily if we wanted to fight war with y'all, but we just kind of let you guys up in the mountains. We're not like a war forging either. We're not trying to, kill everyone, but we protect our own.
Well, I'm still here to teach you the sword dance thing because, no offense, it didn't look like you were the most warrior.
Oh no, I got 2 left feet. Let me tell you what. But I'll try. I'm more of a healing type.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Hell.
Anything
I'm
else
just
you want
gonna
to
look
ask him?
around the tables too. I'll just look around the table and see what everybody's doing. Just observations.
Yeah, about this time in Kahu, is there anything else you wanted to do real quick?
If we are going in between meal things, if anybody has leftovers, I'm gonna be like, "Are you gonna eat those?" Or
Yeah, there's a few rolls here and left there, you can grab, and everyone's just like, especially the nobles are just like, oh, fine, whatever. There's a few murmurs and stuff from a few of them, but Lady Jonah's just not giving you any sort of warm feelings on the other side if you're doing that. But
well,
yeah,
it's not whatnot. I mean,
Nurg and the squires come back and start picking up everyone's plates, and you're kind of like taking off food from them and gathering leftovers as they walk by, and you have a nice another plate of soups and bread. But they bring out the main meal, very nice venison, like a vegetarian plate as well. kind of bring out everything for you guys. Well plated. And the conversations all seem to kind of go from a very shallow, oh, hey, how's it going? It's been fun here. The weather is nice. Maybe a few that were more engaged in conversation, to now it's a little bit more quiet as everyone's eating and kind of gathering everything. And unless anyone stops me, dinner kind of passes by uneventful as you guys continue just small talk and conversations with those. And as you look around, go ahead and give me, what are you trying to look for?
I just kind of want to see, because I'm more familiar with the three, and just see how they're doing. Because I know Zach hates just everything about this place. Looking at him, being nervous for Meikai. I'm not really worried about Kahu, but I want to see how much food he has now. So
Yeah, give me we'll say perception. Perception, yeah.
16.
16. Pretty much for the go. You see Anais a few times early on looking like she's about to flee, like a deer in headlights. But she seems to be actually slowly engaged with the young boy next to her and passing notes back and forth. Kahu is very much his charismatic self, grabbing a whole pile of rolls and another bowl of soup. Seems to be scarfing that down Goku style. And Zach seems to be his normal, doesn't seem to be happy being around other people and looks like he'd rather be alone reading a book. Except, like, amped up at the moment.
I would say I look incredibly sad right now.
Oh.
So.
Noted. And then just taking in all the people that I haven't seen. The new lady next to Zach, the other nobles, the human. I mean, not trying to make contact with Carlas, but just yeah, okay. Cool.
Yep.
Is anybody paying any attention to me? Especially sitting next to the queen.
Kirkar Creed, Jonah kind of gives you a couple interesting glances. Carlos seems to be trying to find conversation with anybody, so you do see a few glances your way, but that's just Carlos. That's about it. All you kind of get from that.
Okay.
Are you just looking at the representatives?
Just kind of taking surveillance of, who's at the table and then the head of the table. Just kind of doing a general thing without like.
Yeah,
just,
even the staff table seems to be very engrossed in conversation with each other, all catching up, finally, like, seeming like they are relaxing for the first part. But you do see Ascarius Jihorn, who seems to be just looking at you, having your conversations right now.
I don't like that. Okay.
You kind of get that Snape Harry Potter feel, yeah?
Stop looking at me, Snape!
To page
all right.
5. But yeah, so dinner ends up kind of quieting down to a little bit of a finish. Everyone starts taking the plates up. And Varys eventually stands up.
Well then, dinner and commingling is finished. Why doesn't everyone join us in the courtyard for the opening ceremony?
And the staff slowly begins to stand up, and some of the representatives do, and start walking out of the dining area towards the opening ceremony, towards the courtyard there. Do all of you follow?
As we walk, can I quick glance at the note and read that?
Sure. You just see your sister just kind of saying, I'm really sorry for not saying anything to you. We're doing fine. This is actually really amazing. This place is so much nicer than before. Sister's not feeling well yet, but I'm not leaving her side. We're okay. Good luck. Hope you're doing well. Miss you.
And after reading that, I want to quickly pull out my notebook again, write another quick note, and kind of tear out the page, fold it up. And I want to kind of like go over and hand it to the queen, if possible.
Okay. What does it say? She kind of weirdly looks at you, takes the note, nods, and then
Yeah.
kind
I'll
of
walk away.
yeah.
There. And,
eagerly reads it. What does it say?
it says, "I really do appreciate you taking care of my sisters."
Has a little bit of a smile to her face. Tucks it in her pocket and continues walking towards into the courtyard. The rest of you joining?
Yeah, I'll be last, and I will grab the tastiest looking thing that's left sitting around as I head out the door.
Oh yeah, there's like
My
a
whole
whole
plate is basically still
Yeah, I
full.
was just about to say Zach's whole plate is like completely full. You could like just chow down as quickly as you can. Are you literally bringing it into the courtyard with you, chomping on it, or are you just like scarfing it down?
Not like the whole thing, but like just something I could eat as we walk to the courtyard.
Okay, nice. Ergon's probably doing the same thing. He probably grabbed a few more rolls from the other side. But you guys all walk into this courtyard. Very much like the picture you see on screen. The big, large, rotating statue in the middle with 7 pillars around it. You guys all slowly gathering around and kind of spread out, like in a U around this, looking up at the different imagery of the affinities, the torches here, and kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. The staff seems to spread out among you as well. And going up to the front is Cerberus, the Cardinal Inquisitor. Many of you haven't really had a chance to converse with yet, as he's kind of been seemingly either not here or busy doing his own stuff. But he goes and...
Well, everybody, welcome to the opening ceremonies of the Centaurium. Today is where we are going to remind ourselves on the intention of why we are here, why we follow the ancient way. We are the Inquisitors. We are the protectors of this way, of the peace of the Ancient One.
And he raises up a hand, and all the lights and the torches dim and go out, and it's dark, but you slowly see light begin to emanate from this rotating statue, a bright kind of warm fire.
The Ancient Way, the Ancient One, gave us all a way to live in harmony, learning to trust each other. This is why we are here, all gathering together, sending representatives to put aside past differences. The divide broke us, divided us. The darkness has scattered us, corrupted us. But it is up to us to stand up, step forward, protect and serve Organia.
And you see, radiating out and almost refracting away from this middle statue, a fiery phoenix bird that seems to fly out from the center statue. And you can see Jacarius Gihorn almost controlling with fire this phoenix.
From the Ancient One, he gave us the sun, Solus, symbolized with a phoenix, for us to be reborn, to be lit new with the fire of the sun, so that we may all burn away darkness and protect Organia.
You see Raylund, who you guys didn't see at the dinner table, but seemed to have just be standing there in the corner, pale-skinned, his eyes illuminate, and he raises his hand. And from this lit statue, the phoenix is still flying in and around outside of all of you, almost like a beautiful, just arcane light show. He raises his hand, and from the statue, a silver rabbit jumps out and starts dancing around in the air around you. And you hear Varys.
And then he gave us the moon, Lune, the rabbit reflecting the light in the darkness, guiding the way even when the shadow becomes almost unbearable. And then he gave us Everina, the stars above,
to bright the darkness. And you see Varys now, his eyes shining as he raises his hand up to the heavens and pulls down, and you can see all these dots and sparkling lights up of kind of fill in the dark ceiling up above. You can't quite see the ceiling from the darkness, but it almost mimics a night skyline. These stars, and from the stars, a constellation of a white fox emerges and pulls out and just starts dancing among the other ones. These stars are to be spots of peace, reminders of beauty and harmony in the skies. But at a closer look, these stars burn bright and hot, raging to serve the Ancient One. Here's my music. I was like, hey, I can do it. Again, he continues on. You now see Garrick Stone from like the actual almost like piece of the Ancient One statue. This time a brown fox appears as Varys continues. And he gave us Earth. Deloy. Staying strong and reminding us to keep fast the roots that we hold to, but to continue to grow and outreach. And all of these continue to dance in and among you guys, all in wonder, kind of like looking at the different lights and animals. Water. Adorna. And you see Liara almost a little bit too spectacularly with a splash comes out almost like a large eel-like fish that splashes out from the middle and starts wrapping around different people. Learning to adapt, to keep calm amidst adversity, but also when to keep strong and to protect, to rage like a waterfall. Then he painted the skies, gave us Lothar. And from here you can see Lady Lexis raise her hand, and a dove fly out with a little bit of a wrapping of wind that kind of bursts out from this as well, and a dove flies around and gave us the sky to soar higher than the others, to see what some of us cannot, and to come storming down, giving new life to those who need it. And then he gave us light. And this time, you all look around at the different staff members, and you don't see anyone. You look up, and up at the banister up at the top, the hooded figure that has the staff, you see and hear roar of a lion all of a sudden appear out from his image, and like a bright light like the sun come dancing about. And of course, he gave us his starry first. The primal avatar. The sun's twin. Representing in a lion, being the beacon of hope. The knowledge and giving guidance to all others. How to be first to defend against the darkness. And this hooded figure slowly starts to walk down the stairs. You hear the crack of a walking stick each time. And it's beautiful as he's walking down this circular staircase, and you can see all 7 affinities wrapping in and around, almost guiding through all of you all. You hear another voice, someone that you have not heard before, as the man slowly starts walking with a bit of a limp to the front. He takes down his hood, and you can see a middle-aged, though weathered man, dark hair that almost seems to be unkept and untamed, but white pepperage of old age and wisdom. You see scars on his face and a little bit of a limp. He's obviously seen injury or battle or just old age. You're not quite sure. But there is bags under his eyes, and there's this neutrality of warmth and coldness. There's this strength and eminence and personality that almost emanates him like ripples.
but you can't quite feel like there's also a strength and danger emanating from him as well.
And that is why we have called you all here. To raise the flags of the Centaurium.
And this is now him, not Varys, as Varys steps aside.
To raise the flags of the Centaurium again. After all these years. Darkness rises again. The forests move with shadow that hasn't seen day in years. Now it ventures out to harm traveler and innocents all.
And he actually looks almost directly at the four of you when he says this.
There is a brewing storm on the horizon. It is now up to us to be the bastions of hope and protection to the lands of Organia. Some still resist peace, choosing to isolate and hide away, creating their own shadows of mistrust. Only uniting and coming together will we have any chance to rise up and defend against this next wave of corruption and darkness.
He starts walking among you, these different affinities still circling about in refracted light and elements from the Ancient One statue. And he continues,
Some still hope for new Chosens to rise up. Some still don't trust that the Chosens are capable of not being swayed by the darkness. After the last Chosens and the death of King Taurus,
and he kind of puts a hand on Alana as he gets to her.
I don't blame any of them.
He continues walking.
Hence why we shall rise up, regardless of the Chosens, despite them. We don't need to put our trust in strangers, but rather put our trust in the Ancient One, and the affinities to give us the fire and power we need to win and keep Organia safe. That is what you 12 have been trusted with. To learn, to reach deep within, to push your minds past their limits, to push your bodies far beyond their capabilities, to trust in others even when a burning hatred flames up within. It is only then will we have a chance to survive against this onslaught. Together.
Twirling his hand, the lights of all the 7 affinities all gather and seem to coalesce into the Ancient One statue again, burning brighter and emanating out, illuminating the faces of all the representatives who are in rapture listening to him. His eminence, his charisma is even taking yours, as your eyes have not gone off of him this whole conversation. He gathers all the affinities back into the main orb, and with a pull, it reflects out not only into the 12 representatives, and a beam of light hits you, each one of you in the chest, but also into each one of the staff. And him as well. He says,
Before the Ancient One, and before all of you, I make this pledge. To serve and protect Organia.
And then you hear Varys,
So do I.
Lady Nexus, and do I. And each one of the staff, one by one. What do you guys do?
After this is all over.
The lights are still beaming on all of you guys. Each one of the staff is now saying anything. The representatives kind of looking at each other. Any of you guys say anything?
Representative's like, we have not been informed.
Oh, what is this called?
And Ice just looks freaked out by the beam. I don't know. That's about it.
Any of you guys say anything? Just stay quiet.
Staying quiet, just kind of like looking at the beam and
Joe Arston,
everybody
the
else.
kid next to you, Anais, steps forward almost with a fire and pride. I take the pledge. I'll serve Organia.
I like you, kid. So do I.
Says Ergon. The queen steps forward. So will I. A few of the other ones are still quiet.
I'll step forward. Why not?
You see it, just a slow turn of Ascarius's face
to you as you say that.
Oh, that's the fire against that guy, right?
Just a sigh.
Can I look over at Bricarious? Like, she just looks so lost and so confused.
Vicarious just has this like emotional, yes, this is what we're here to do. Like he's infatuated with it, and you hear, "Huzzah! So do I." And he looks over at you. You hear Carlos. Yeah, I get so. Not sure what we're pledging to, but I'll do it.
Not the only one.
Is Bri close to me? Or is he far away from me?
I'd say like maybe a quarter of the way away from you. You hear Zachary directly on the far side of you, staring directly at you. For Celestia, so do I. There's a few other humans that seem to be a little quiet at the moment as well.
Can I approach the orb?
Sure.
Who smashes it?
Who got a
Oh, shit.
star?
I'm gonna approach the orb and I'm gonna see if I can find a spot where I can sit down where it's like clear and I can just sort of sit and think.
The beam follows you. Give me a. Do you have like a spellcasting modifier at all? Your abilities?
No.
Give me a wisdom check.
Straight wisdom check.
Mm-hmm.
Is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You sit down and you feel Ergon's hand come to your shoulder, and the warmth, kind of just knowing you have a shield brother there. You close your eyes and start to meditate and think, and you can feel the spirits of the woods and the sea and the sun above, and you feel like you're home. You could feel the spirits that you know oh so well still swirling around you, almost as if they were manifested by the magics that you saw.
Kahu will get up slowly. And will pause like I'm doing now.
Everyone's eyes are on you.
I will protect Organia.
And not outside of you, but inside, you feel the spirits tremble, wind surround you, and the sea spray of water hit your face. Makai, you can feel the swirl of wind, and you look up and see the stars and the moon sparkling in the night sky.
Can I are there any storm clouds out? She's so lost. She doesn't know what to do, and
Give me a perception check.
she's already got another vow going on here, so
Can she do 2? Is it gonna like negate and she has to redo it?
you said perception. 21.
You feel your orb sparking, almost like a storm raging from within it.
Like it's almost reacting to what's happening?
Reacting to you. It's almost like it was reacting to your question.
Oh. Okay.
Very curious signs. And do I need to speak for you? What do you say?
She just So with that feeling, I guess she just sort of blindly just kind of gives like one nod to him, like, but kind of uncertainly too.
A lightning bolt erupts from your orb and cracks up against the orb.
Oh.
I think that's her way of saying she does too.
I lost my pen.
She like jerks back, like very startled.
Everyone's looking at you. Yeah.
She like touches her thing. She's looking between both things.
Well, Anir steps up. I'm in too. That's fascinating. Sirkar Creed. It's kind of looking at the queen, at you guys. Tectorgania. Organica. And the man that had stepped forward, who had released the lion, is now looking at you, Anais, interestingly.
Who did? I'm sorry.
The man, the one that had walked down from the banister with the hood,
the hooded guy?
the hooded guy with,
Okay.
who had released
okay.
a lion. And then all eyes slowly turned to you, Zachary.
Well, I was gonna say, kind of in that moment that Kahu was going forward and everyone was watching him, and I like look up for a moment and see Sasha across. Like I was gonna bow my head and almost like try to pray to Solus type whatever that is out there, reach out to that, and just kind of very quietly mutter like, "I'll protect the innocent," just under my breath.
Give me a charisma check.
21.
Ooh.
You hear whispering around you as you make that mutter, two voices. Be the light. Or be the light that heals. You feel a female and a male's voice. Not creepy this time.
So the first one is be the light
Be
that
the
guides the
light
female.
that guides. And you feel like this warmth in both voices. And then a male. Or be the one that heals. And as you mutter this under your breath, and then all of a sudden you hear a of lightning, the orb burns bright and then goes out. Well, since you all are here to serve, I think it's time to test all of you then. And you see the man closes his hand, and all the light and torches coalesce into these shadows that arise up around and surround all of you. I need y'all to roll initiative as we come back from break. So we're gonna go to break real quick. We'll come back and do a quick little giveaway announcement, and yeah, then we'll jump right into this confrontation. We'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
All right, we're back in it. We're back from break. Thank you guys so much for patiently waiting. I'm having a hard time moving this map though. See if I can fix that real quick. We are going to go ahead. I'm super excited to announce our giveaway winner and contest. Move it at all? All right, this is annoying. All right. well, might have to move everything. Anyways, I'll get to that in a second. So, yeah, super excited. We'll go ahead and do this from our subscribers. And I'm going to roll a d4. Starting from the top. 1, 2, 3. John, why don't you roll me a d20? Anything above 14 do not count. So reroll. Get any natural ones out of the way now.
He keeps getting over 14.
You just made me burn my natural 20s.
Oh,
Yes. What is that?
An 8.
8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Congratulations, Book Smarts 101. Book Smarts, you are the winner of our first Tasha's Cauldron book giveaway for getting to 15 subs. So I will go ahead and get with you on that, so I can send that to you. I'm super excited. But yeah, we find ourselves back into the action as this amazing, beautiful ceremony is just finished up. Everyone giving their pledges or oaths for whatever their own personal reasons may be, but all making a symbolic pledge to the affinities and to each other to serve as this man closed his hand, and from the torches coalesced 4 shadow beings from around the room. 2 of them seem to be surrounding our 4 players, while the other 2 seem to have caught the attention of the other half of the representatives. The staff here backs off for you for a few, and most of them seem pretty at ease as Rykar says, "Oh my, what is happening? Oh, we must be in danger. Protect us, representatives." So excited. But he seems to be mopping it up a little bit and trying to act a little shocked. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can't move this here a little bit better. That way I can zoom in and show you guys.
By the way, I am not really attached to anything. This is very dark. It doesn't look like the screen. I don't see any tokens or anything.
yeah, I don't see any. It's all grayscale and
Okay.
I only see.
Can you guys just look off the stream for now? And then,
Uh-huh.
Okay. And we'll just do it that
No.
way until I can get it fixed.
Just kidding.
yeah.
Sure.
No.
Oh.
I refuse.
All right. So as we get into battle here, we'll start with these coalescing shadows, as they seem to have risen up from the ether from these torches. This one seems to come over here to Kahu as you're kind of standing back up and getting ready for this surprise fight. It kind of floats over to you in this creepy way, but it is going to actually, yeah, so from the light that had went out from where it went, it's going to attempt, yeah, you see it leave from your sight, and you're looking around waiting for it to see where it went, as all of a sudden it pops up right next to you hidden, and has now advantage on its attack because it was stealthing up towards you. It reaches out and you just hear this as this almost featureless hand reaches out to you.
Does it still hidden even though I have blind sight out to 10 feet?
So you can see it coming to you, but it still has advantage because you weren't sure which direction it came from. It kind of like came from the shadows. It wasn't quite invisible. It was kind of like coalescing through the ground there. I was thinking about that. Don't worry. I was thinking about it this time. But this time it's not going to hit. It has a 14, I believe. Even with advantage. My DM dice are pretty weak. I'm guessing that doesn't hit.
No.
Okay. It is going to go in for another one. Now you know where it is. Does a 21 hit?
Yes.
All right. This time you feel it grab onto your shoulder and you almost feel your life force leaving you. You take 7 points of burn damage and necromantic damage from you. And Your strength score is reduced by 2, as you almost feel your life force draining out of you. All right, this one is going to come over here to Anais. Same thing. It's going to try and stealth and fail at that one. Give me a perception check.
Sorry, too many things to click. 16.
16, yeah. You're able to see it coming straight towards you. You're able to get ready on the guard. 2 doesn't hit. And does a 15 hit?
Yes.
Okay. So for this one, you only take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And your strength score is reduced by 1. As you both, Makai and Zachary, you look forward and you see Kahu and Anais both wincing in pain, and you can almost see, like, as a ghostly form of their image leaving, and the shadow seems to grow stronger and stronger. That's their turn, and you guys see on the other side, Joe Star is like, "What, Zach's going on?" And he's like running over, and he casts light, and you see Carlos like, "Oh, that was a change of action there, wasn't it?" You see the queen going straight into action, slicing out at one of these shadows. Sir Carr reaching into his pocket, grabbing a stone, and it like extends into a quarterstaff that lights up. And you see Anir kind of just standing there, curiously looking at him, flipping through pages. They seem to be holding their own together. But we'll go to Makai.
Well, I guess I'll go over to the one. Well, really. Ooh, who am I closer to? Sorry, it's hard to tell on that. Okay, so I'm kind of closer to Anais. Who looked like they got, like, do either one of them look more hurt than the other?
From what? Kind of hard to
From
tell,
what I
but
saw?
Kahurangi probably looks a little more hurt.
Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna
You also know
say as
Anais
I'm-
is probably a little weaker than Kahurangi as well, so it's up to your take on that, based on the last battle you guys had.
Yeah. I'm gonna go and run up to the one. Can I get in flanking with the ghost with Kahu?
Yeah, you can do that. 5,
Okay.
10, 15, 20.
Okay.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna punch it. I'm gonna punch a ghost.
Nice. It's not a ghost. Shadow.
I'm gonna punch a shadow. Shadow box. And yeah. Let's see. Oh, monks. What do I add? It's a +4. 19?
19 definitely hits as you go for your first punch. Not expecting too much purchase. It does feel weird. Not like you're actually hitting an object, but you do find some sort of purchase.
6.
6 points of damage?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to do as much damage as you think, but you definitely see it take the damage and...
Okay. I'll take my other attack then. That's an 18.
18 hits as well. These shadows don't seem to be wearing any sort of armor. Thank you for the hydrate.
8.
And we'll figure out about the giveaway after this. 8, you said, for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 8, same thing. It doesn't seem to do as much damage, but does seem to take some damage. It looks to be still coalescing, but not as like ethereal as it was before. Makai, that is your turn. Do anything else?
Yeah. Nope, I'm just guarding myself.
Perfect. Okay. Kahu, it is your turn. You are just gathering yourself after losing some life force and feeling a little weaker than before, but you are on the other side of Makai.
All right, I guess I'll try to take a deep breath, grab my spear, and kind of bring it up as I try to stand back up with Even though I'm feeling a little off.
Mm-hmm. Sure, definitely.
I forgot to roll those at advantage because I'm flanking.
Oh no. Well, you still hit, so that's good.
That's all right.
Natural 20.
Look at that. I didn't steal your natural 20s. You feel the power of the oath and the ceremony that you guys just took. And you stand up full force. Go roll me damage.
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. Nice. Same thing. You feel like it's not doing quite as much damage as you thought. But with the 11, this does seem to hurt it pretty tough. I'll give you 6 on that one. So, cool. Perfect.
And then I'm gonna try to like suck in a breath and use second wind.
Okay.
That's
Nice.
my bonus action.
You heal yourself.
Okay.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Perfect. All right, Anais. Same thing with you. You're kind of gathering yourself for a second there. Feeling slightly weaker than you did before. What are you doing?
Well, like, considering Bradicdice has been telling her this whole time nothing's gonna happen here, and then all of a sudden things are jumping out of nowhere, she looks super freaked out, and is basically seems to look like back in the desert type of, like,
Mm-hmm.
feral survival type of look. It's like it got instantly activated. So without really even thinking, I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt. I know it's at a disadvantage, but I think it's more a reflex reaction. Like,
Sure.
she almost like grabs her spear and almost like uses it, and it like comes out that way. But
Okay.
a little
No, I like it.
disadvantage. I don't think it hit. It's a 8.
8. Unfortunately, just in the moment of surprise, your guiding bolt goes off just off kilter and seems to bounce off and disapparate on the side of the stonework in the courtyard there.
Probably like stumbling backwards a little bit.
Are you still staying within range of it, or are you moving out from it?
I think I'll stay, I suppose.
Gonna stay right there. Okay. So you're on the guard. Zachary, you see your fellow representatives, your old co-battle mates, going up against these shadows on either side of you. Sasha seems to be sending a beam of light herself to one of the shadows on the other side. What are you doing?
I will run over kind of behind Anais.
Okay.
And I'm gonna gather some of that like glowy energy from my staff into my hand and extend it onto her back and cast Cure Wounds on her.
Oh, nice. You get some healing.
Thanks, buddy.
So
How much?
you get 6 points of health back.
Nice.
Sweet. All right, so we'll come up to this one here. Is that the rest of your turn, Zachary?
I will back up a little bit again, just a little farther away from these shadow.
Like from here?
things.
Do you want to go further? Probably go one more square, right? 5.
I'm waiting for it to upload or update.
Sorry. Little.
Yeah, I mean, just as far away, I guess, as I can get from them.
Okay.
But I don't want to be super far away, so
Yeah.
it's not too bad.
Okay, cool. So we'll put you there, and it's back to the shadow's turn. This one first is going to launch out at you and Ice. It seems to be slightly weakened in the light as you send the guiding bolt past it. But an 11 hit. It swipes out at you.
No.
You're able to duck and dodge out of its way before it grabs you again. I think that hit either 12. I don't think that
It
hit.
does.
It does it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, this one goes and grabs you again, this time only for another 4 points of damage. And you take, your strength score goes down by another 2.
Okay.
Okay. All right. The other one turns to you, Meikai, as you just hit it and lashes out at you for a 19.
Oh yeah.
That is a 5 points of damage. And you
Okay.
feel your life force sapped out. Oh, jeez, for 4 points from your strength score.
Okay. Well, I don't use strength. It's fine.
There you go. And it lashes out at you, Kahu, for another 19. That hit.
Yeah, that hits.
This time you take 5 points of damage. And you don't feel any strength leaving for you from the side this time. All right, so that is their turn. Meikai, it is back up to you.
Punch. Gonna punch it.
Go and punch, sure.
16.
16 definitely hits.
Okay.
You feel a buildup of some sort of like tingling at the end of your punches when you go to punch.
6.
6 points of damage, okay.
And then
You feel both now almost like vibrating with energy. What are you doing?
I'm gonna keep punching it.
Okay, go to roll another punch.
22.
22. Go and roll me damage.
And that is 3
This time
total.
you run over and do an acrobat, and as you unleash the last punch, there's a beam of bright white light that extends from your hand and hits both shadows, disapparating them instantly.
I just turned into a Super Saiyan.
Pretty much,
That's all
yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah, and about the same time you guys look over, and a few people have been hurt and are kind of like kneeling down. Sirkar is kind of like clutching his chest, and the queen slashes through one shadow, and then you just see Joestar kind of blindly put up his hand and blast out a guiding bolt of his own that seems to illuminate and disapparate the last shadow, as you guys are now out of combat.
I need to go get my power cord.
Okay, and Meikai runs away. Perfect. So
Man.
as we switch back over there, why don't Rachel, why don't you give me another D20 roll for me? Since Booksmarts is re-raffling this.
11.
Oh yeah, because he won. We good.
All right. Our Griffin, you are the winner of our Tasha's Cauldron of Everything that has been re-gifted. Awesome.
Congrats!
So if you want it, I will go ahead and message you, and I'll get details to get that over to you as well. But we will switch back over as you guys are all gathering yourself. You feel the energy coming back to you, both Kahu and Anais. You turn around, you see Lady Nexus with her hand on both of you, and the strength seems to come back to kind of the weakness feeling you were having. Very well. I am impressed. And he looks over especially at you, Meikai, with some interesting eyes, curiosity, as this figure who had summoned the shadows just as easily turns to you all and hold on one second, let me get groovy out of this battle music here.
Wait, can I have some healing too?
Oh, of course, sure. Yeah. And this time Bricarius walks over to you and slaps you on the back and said, "Whoa, that was amazing. I didn't know you could do that." And you're healed. Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll that one because that sucked. 7 points of damage, or 7 points of healing.
Okay, thanks. Come on, stupid D&D Beyond. Okay.
There goes the sponsorship.
D&D Beyond.
What have you done?
Is it my nails? Is it like
I'm not quite
There we
sure.
go. Okay, we're good.
But yeah, as all the other representatives are kind of looking around, and Sir Carr steps up. He goes, "What the heck was that? We weren't prepared for anything." And the man with the black and white hair just, "That's exactly it. You must all be ready for darkness at moment's notice. Does not announce itself. Does not prepare yourself. You all did quite well. Seeming some of you have power sets that even we were not aware of." He looks over at you again, Makai.
A shadow man.
It's a little power of mine. Think of it like sparring buddies with the dark.
We got insight. Check him.
Sure, go ahead and insight check him. He's a riot roll for Beaconites.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Seems like a power, yes. What are you trying to insight?
If he's doing it to be shady, or if he was actually just like, I just wanted to test you guys.
It was,
or if we were
it was very honestly a test of professor and a staff to its students. It was almost an initiation test. You get the feeling from him. There seems to be no animosity or anything.
Did you also send the wolves and the hawks the other day after us for a test too?
No, those were not corrupted by darkness, but I did see that. I believe corruption and darkness has weighted the mountains around us, pushing some of the non-corrupted animals out, making some of the paths a little more dangerous than they were. You held your own. I was quite impressed.
Mike.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Just during this conversation,
Mhm.
Anais, after being healed, looks really freaked out and leaves.
Yeah.
She
Brightcaris.
just books it.
Yeah, Brightcaris will like look after you and run after you. But
Okay, but just I'm not here anymore.
Yeah.
I left.
sure, that's fine. Yeah. You're able to kind of looking around and freaked out. You kind of ran off.
Mm-hmm. Continue.
Oh yeah, you're good. I'm gonna look at the small child, not Anais, the actual child. She's an adult.
Yeah, he's just sitting there looking at his hands, like in shock.
Okay.
Well then, that was quite something to get her on into then. A little bit of fireworks for the night, I guess you could say. We don't really do this here in Triton. We tell people before we attack them.
Yeah, I think he's right. I would have I know the darkness just does what it wants and it's bad. Ooh. But I feel that maybe warning? There's literally actually children here, and I understand that you have staff and whatnot, and people can heal and all of that things, but that didn't feel very good.
Oh,
And
really?
we're trying to fight
I actually
the
kind of liked it.
darkness.
I thought it was pretty cool. But the man walks forward to you and, "I assure you, no one was in danger."
Okay, but it felt like we were in danger, and that probably was the point of the exercise, but after the little planetarium light display, I just feel like maybe you could have said, hey, later on we are going to be fighting some shadow things that I have created. No point in being scared, or something like that.
You hear a whisper behind you, and you didn't realize anyone was behind you, and he goes, "Darkness seems to find us even when we don't expect it." And you turn, and there's Raylund standing there.
Wait, who's that?
The Inquisitor, the really creepy one that everyone thinks is a vampire.
Actually, who's that is the perfect response to Raylan's.
Oh, is that like actually you? That was in character? Sorry. My bad. I thought that was out of character. Well, yeah, Makai, is that in or out of character?
What? Being...
Are you saying who is that?
Oh, well, that was... No, that wasn't. But I do turn.
Mm-hmm. He's just pale Inquisitor who's glancing, almost smirking at what had just happened.
You like that a little too much.
I assure you, we would have stepped in if anything gotten bad.
I'm gonna take, like, a big step away from it. Just
You see Lady Leetta step up. She goes, I understand your concerns. We assure you nothing bad would have happened. This is just us. You kind of see a little hesitancy of like, she doesn't quite agree with it either, but not saying anything. And it's a way of making you understand the urgency of what we're fighting, and also knowing where your limits lies and where your powers lie. She puts a hand on Jawarston. You quite surprised us. You stepped up quite amazingly there, young kid. Yeah, I didn't know I could do that. Seems to be that a lot of us have a lot of learning to do. Well, take the weekend to relax, begin to get to know each other. Classes start on Monday. And this man starts to walk out from the court.
I'm just staring at him, glaring. This man has shadow powers and he just attacked us.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up next to Meikai. I'm just gonna be like, I was brought here under the guise of something much different than what has just occurred tonight.
I don't like that we were told to battle the shadows and then he has it.
Ergon steps forward.
I mean, Kyle, it's not much different than the spirit fighting we practiced for back at home. Set up some of the spirits and summon some enemies to practice fighting for the real thing. Kind of the same thing's going on here, don't you think?
Yes, but I was told we were coming here to learn from each other, which I imagine is what it's going to do, yet before we even begin learning from each other, they began with bringing us into an oath.
Yeah.
And they attack us as soon as an oath is made.
Kind of exciting, isn't it?
That's a word.
Yeah, I get really bored in the long lectures. Kind of ready for action.
Are you guys alright? And he puts a hand on you, Meikai, and heals you again, if you're not at full.
Oh, no, I was. Oh, thank you.
Kyle, you good?
I'm still like bleeding a little.
Yeah, you're fine. He like punches you like right across the chin and you heal the rest of your hit points back up.
I'm gonna look for Zach. Is Zach still here?
What is Zach doing?
I mean, once everyone kind of broke from
So did he.
meeting, he probably would kind of like look at the queen, and then look to Sasha,
Sasha's
then
staring
kinda-
right at you.
and then
You see a little angry face on her, but
sort of begin to walk to a more private area, I guess. Then,
do you make any sort of like nod to her to follow or anything like that?
I mean, it's almost like, okay, we can talk now. Like, look, I give her, and
She turns back to the queen. Are you alright? I think I'm gonna go steady my nerves, if you don't mind. She excuses herself. We'll jump to Anais as you're running. You hear Brightcare's, Anais, where you going? I don't feel like running anymore today.
I think I would probably. I don't know how fast he went after me. I don't want to be anywhere near.
Yeah, if you're
the
dashing,
area.
you're getting quite far away from him. He is quite exhausted today.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go?
Did I see any places that just seemed kind of quiet?
You do remember the path that leads off of the residency hall that seems to go up the forest, up the hill. It looks like on the cliffside looking over the ocean.
Is that very far away?
You don't know. It's a residency hall is where the path starts.
Oh, okay.
The cliffside doesn't look like it's too far up. Doesn't seem to be too far away, but you're not quite sure.
Okay. Well, yeah, I feel bad for Bri, but I don't think that she would be listening very much. She just wants to get out of there. So we'll go there.
Okay. So you head up the cliffside. You're kind of there's a few woods on either side. I wouldn't quite say it's a forest by any means, but you make your way up past a clearing, and you start seeing a few trees that have been cut here that seem to be growing back, and an old structure that seems to have been crumbled and fallen through, maybe an old schoolhouse, possibly. A well that seems to be unused and grown over with vines. And then an open clearing with what looks to be some sort of rock structure. Not quite sure what it's for, but it's just rocks in a just almost in a setup somehow. I'm not quite sure, but you kind of get to the edge of the overlook and the adrenaline's still pumping, but it's quiet. You can see the moonlight and the stars above, and out on the water you can see a storm passing by, kind of off the coast.
You said there's a little rock shelter thing?
There's a rock setup, almost looks like maybe some sort of like altar or pillars. There's a crumbling building that seems to be crashed through. Doesn't seem to be functional. It's very old, like it's been abandoned.
Okay, if there's something that I can like kind of hide under, that would be great.
There's a few trees here, maybe like with the overhang you could kind of hide under, or you could probably make your way into the front of the building. You could go in if you wanted to, but the front of it kind of has a little bit of overhang that's leaning down a bit.
Okay, I'll do the tree.
Okay.
And I will mostly be like trying to calm down, like gripping her new weapon, and probably just staring at the storm if she sees one, like you said.
Give me a perception check to see how far off and you're able to see it.
21.
21.
Mm-hmm.
As you're sitting there trying to calm down and like focusing your gaze on the storm, your heartbeat almost seems to match with lightning bolts that seem to slow down in their presence here, but almost seems to help you calm as you focus in on the bolts of lightning, almost like thunder lightning up in the sky. It's miles off. It doesn't seem to be anything that's going to affect you here, but almost seems to be this horizontal storm out on the sea that stays with you.
Okay. Yeah, probably after she kind of calms. She doesn't even really talk to it this time. But she does like touch like the necklace stone in her throat. Well, actually no, I think she will. So she kind of like, there's kind of some anger, not at the storm, but at the situation, I think, as after the calmness. And she like stabs her spear like into the dirt, like almost like angrily. But then
You hear it hit stone under the dirt.
oh, really? That's weird. That's weird, right? I'm by a tree.
Seems weird.
Oh, okay.
Do you look at it
Well,
more?
now I'm just-
Or do you,
Now
like-
I'm distracted. Yeah, I
Ah.
was gonna be like, oh, I'm angry. Like, wait, what is this?
You look down, and when your spear hit, there's water, like just little droplets floating up.
Today is so confusing. So her eyes get huge. She's just looking at it. Like, where's it coming from?
Seems like it's coming up from under the ground or from the stone. You're not quite sure. You'd have to take the spear out, maybe dig down a little bit.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay. You throw the spear down. You're quickly just more curious than anything. You start wiping away the top level of soil, and you start seeing stone that seems to be a large block that has a symbol on it. And out from in between the cracks of the stone is water, almost like a sprinkle of rain from a storm, but falling upwards.
So there's a symbol, and then water is coming up.
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay. I got a 10.
10?
Yeah.
It's rough. You're not... It's different from what you've seen, but it seems to be somewhat equivalent to the sky affinity symbol that you've been seeing in your research. But it's more innate, more archaic than you've seen before.
Okay. Can I, like, touch the water or, like, the crack where it's coming from?
Hmm?
Does it do anything?
Feels like water, feels like rain.
So it's just going up? Okay.
Like a reverse gravity thing.
Okay. Is there more stone?
You want to follow
Or is
it?
that the only one?
Hmm?
Yeah.
You can follow it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and... What's a digging check? I don't know. What would be a digging check? Like how well you could... Dexterity, maybe? Athletics,
I
yeah.
would think athletics.
Yeah, want to give me an athletics check.
17.
17? We shall come back to you as you are taking
Sounds
some
good.
time to...
So weird. didn't expect
yeah,
that.
to dig up or... You know, you're having to like fight through roots and soil, and depends on how long you're doing this too. You're able to kind of get through it pretty easily. So are you just going to continue to explore the whole thing, or is it kind of like, would you stop after a certain bit?
I guess it depends on what I find and if it's intriguing or if it seems like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you might have to tell me what I find
Cool.
before you tell me how much I go.
All right, I'll jump back to you. Zachary, where are you going for this private talk? And back at the orchestra song.
Back to the orchestra,
It's perfect timing.
I guess kind of quiet area would. I'd go back kind of to that bench area behind the archive near the tower.
Okay.
That was where I was earlier, so head back over there.
All right, do you just go straight there, or do you kind of like wait for her to see you go there?
Well, I want her to follow. me,
Okay,
so
yeah. I was about to say, okay.
I'm
She'd
not
be
trying
like,
to lose her. or
"Where are
anything.
you?" Yeah. Yeah, you
I mean,
kind
I'm
of
trying to get out of there
stand.
quick, but
Yeah.
follow me.
It's a fur enough away that no one else can really understand, but she seems to see you go around the corner to it and kind of amber over that way. And this
Talking again.
stupid understand what this song is about. Anytime we hear the orchestra, just remind me to skip it.
Yes.
Yeah, you hear some of the staff walking by, discussing in the garden about the events of the night, and anyways, she just walks forward, just standing there.
I'll sit on the bench.
You've made some new friends. Glad to see you protect them in fights. Instead of
What's that
your
supposed to mean?
girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, what are we? You didn't come to my aid, did you? Seems a lot has changed, hasn't it?
Were you even hurt? I didn't see anything.
Were you looking? I was looking after you.
Do you not want to talk to me? Is that...
I want answers. Why'd you leave? Why didn't you tell me that you were coming here? Why are you with humans? I have a lot of questions, Zachary. You expect me not to be hurt?
No, I think you should be hurt. I think you should be mad at me. I think I deserve it. I deserve all of that. I mean, I fully expected you to hate me for the rest of our lives. I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
Haven't quite decided if I will be hating you that long yet or not. Oh, you loved me.
But I didn't want to go.
You tell me where you were going.
I
Well-
can't tell you. It's not personal. It's can't talk about it.
Sure. So what else do you have to say then? You see a coldness and a stoneness come over her.
I went to live with the humans in New Organia.
Well, not only the humans, the queen. How'd that
I
happen?
just met her like 2 days ago, so that's recent.
No,
But
you weren't one to lie to me before. Reason not to believe you now.
I'm not lying to you. I really did just meet her 2 days ago.
Why didn't you reach out? Why didn't you write me letters or anything? I didn't even know if we were dating.
I didn't expect you to
Show up?
well that, yes. Or wait for me or anything. But I mean, you're here now. That's good. I'm glad to see you.
You're not even being yourself here. What, you expect us just to be fine? After you've left for months, not tell me where you've gone, why you had to leave, and now you're not even being yourself?
haven't seen any of them in 9 months.
What? Why not?
I don't know where they are.
What? I don't understand.
We all got sent away to different places.
To protect each other.
Yeah. So when I saw you, it was a good thing. So I'm glad you're here, and I hope you're not.
You see her blushing a little bit, but like trying not to show it.
Yeah, hopefully you don't try to kill me in my sleep or something.
Why would I try and kill you in your sleep?
I don't know. People get angry sometimes, and stuff
Not what
happens
exes
like
do. Jeez.
that. Okay.
Always
that's
with your
weird.
imagination.
I've read some books, but
Yeah,
it's
you need to stop reading books sometimes. Not how everyone acts. I missed you.
And I'll stand up and kind of like timidly walk towards her, like going in for a hug and seeing if she seems like she's receptive to it.
She pretends like she's going for a weapon for a second.
Whoa,
Is my light.
that was awesome.
As you cast your light.
That was a great catch. Oh my gosh.
All right, well, bump the light. Okay, cool. Yo, the light goes a little darker as the lights. Yeah. Anyways,
We got dark vision.
yeah, we're fine. That was fun. I need to secure the ring light into place. But yeah, she jumps out sort of like a fake, like I'm gonna stab you, and then she pulls you into a hug.
And I'll just kind of hold her there and cry some more.
She cries too. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of angst teen crying.
Love the angst team.
But she eventually lets go and kind of wipes her eyes. So no one else knows you're from Celestia?
The queen knows. And maybe there might be a few other people who know, but
But you're trying to hide it.
for now, you're the Celestia representative. I'm just a lowly human.
You're much higher than a lowly human, Zachary. One of the most noble families on Celestia. Should be showing and holding your head up high with pride of that here.
Believe me, I want to. I don't like this at all.
Okay, well, I will do my best to keep your facade up for now. Like, I fully understand, but I'm not angry at you. Get it? Maybe I can write back to Celestia for you if you need to ask questions and help you do research. I don't even know what you're researching, but I'll help you whatever you need.
Thank you. And I'm here for you too if you need anything. Like, I'm not. It's good to see someone again.
Well, it was kind of a good surprise to see. Well, we don't want anyone to think we're dating or anything like that, because then Asma would never date a human. I mean, come on, please.
Yeah. Yeah. So, maybe you should run along back, and I'll come by. I'll leave after you.
Like jumps into your arms again, gives you another quick hug, and then gathers herself. Okay, and just walks off.
Sits down on the bench for a bit, just kind of.
We got through that. I didn't die. I just defeated shadows. What the heck's happening? Beauty pies. All right. Kahu, what are you up to? I think you and Meikai are... At the last we saw you were back in the courtyard, right?
Yeah, Kahu's going to head back to the training grounds. This place he's comfortable with. I don't know if Meikai follows or not, but that's where he heads off to. After everyone kind of starts breaking apart and heading their own ways.
Kind of follow along, but I'm also lost in thoughts. I just want to go back to the Teen Angst story, let's be honest. But yeah, I'll follow.
And I'm not really talking.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get to the training grounds.
You hear cracking and stuff being broken as you get to it. You see Sarkreed going at it to some of these practice dummies angrily.
I'll just kind of nod to him as I take off my jacket and stick it off to the side. And go find a space and start going through my movements that kind of help me.
So what kind of move was that, Kingslayer? Guessing you're now
real
friends
name.
with the Goliaths and their cousins over here.
My name is Meikai. And what about you, Magic Stone Man?
I'm more interested in the person you slayed to get those horns. How do I know I'm not a target here? The queen's not a target. You see him like just still like adrenaline filled from that fight and seems to have no filter at this point.
Are you worried that you wouldn't be able to stand up for yourself?
Yeah, are you looking for another fight? You're not worth it. And I don't have a quarrel with you anyways.
Looks at both of you. If I really wanted to try, I could put you both on your backs. 2 seconds flat.
You're probably quite right at that, so I don't know why you need to worry about your own flesh and blood when she's around.
There's a lot of high-class people here. Curious why she was accepted. And what was that at the end? I've never seen an ability like that.
I don't know. I was sent here as expendable and to die, so it's fine.
Like, pushes the quarterstaff back into his stone. Sure. Keep your secrets. You primordials always do. Starts
I
walking
mean,
out.
there's nicer ways to ask.
I just kind of give him a quizzical look of like, what secrets are those?
Do you think he stores that stone up his butt? Is that why he seems to always act like he has one up there?
He doesn't waddle enough for that to be what happens.
True. Does he hear this?
Actually, no. I don't do what I was just about to think.
It's not something Kahu would say.
No, I was thinking about saying it telepathically, but I would not do that yet.
You hear a rock get kicked outside, looking away.
Mm.
He is a very good fighter, though. I think there's a lot to learn from him.
You look over and like there's like 3 practice dummies that are just destroyed and like played out.
I think he could learn to rein in his anger, because that can definitely get him in trouble. Fighting skills can only go so far. You can't settle everything with fists and swords and weapons.
And most things that you do settle that way, as I put my spear in the ground and go to pick up the dummies and try to put them back together a little bit. Most things you settle that way. You never give another person the chance to fix the reason for the fight in the first place. They start kind of putting things back together.
I've paused and I'm just looking down.
Your fingernails and the edge of your fingers will tingle with that same power, or whatever you released with your punch last time.
How are you
Can
doing?
I look
Okay?
I don't know what's happened. I was just coerced into an oath and then fighting darkness from a man who says that he's good. I don't know. Is there anything on my hand that I can see at all?
Kind of like a feeling of power, magic, just like a leftover charge.
Can I
Else-
go up to like a dummy and just like punch again, or like try to feel
Sure.
like
Yeah, you punch.
really?
Try and do
yeah.
the same thing. Nothing happened.
I picked the dummy back up. You just knocked it over.
I'm going to pick it up. My hands, they still tingle.
Is that normal for you?
It's not.
Things felt weird in there.
Really weird. I don't like it. It's weird.
Makai.
Hmm?
This thing people call you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that who you are? Or is that just a title?
It's just a title. But I wouldn't be surprised with all the nobles and guards on edge when one commits a regicide. But I don't have any intention to do that again.
Do you need to talk about it?
Well, maybe at some point. It's a sore spot. I
Walk
can tell
over.
you it.
Sorry, go ahead and keep talking. I'm walking over
Oh.
to the weapons rack.
Yeah. I've been ostracized by everybody who knows what these horns mean. It's not something I can ever get rid of. And it kind of marks, but I can tell you with full intent that's never meant to do it. And I don't have any intentions to harm anybody. I just want to help.
I'm gonna insight that.
That's fair.
I'm just curious how much Kahu.
Insight.
That's actually a pretty solid insight. 22. I kind of dig around the weapons rack, try to find like a sword. It's like kind of a smaller sword, like a lightweight sword,
Mhm.
and then a practice spear.
Mhm.
And come back, hand the sword out to you. I find training can help relieve my stress. You mind joining me?
Stressed out that way a lot too. Yeah.
And then I'm going to begin training. with my guy.
Bang.
You guys begin with your form, kind of begin training back and forth and sparring, both in different styles, but slowly as this kind of chemistry seems to build between you, a respect and almost a mimic of certain features, certain aspects of your fighting. As we jump back to Anais, you continue to clear off this clearing here, the stonework. Another 3 stones, and you come to another symbol. Keep on clearing it and get to another. Continue clearing if you do. You
What were those 2 symbols that I found?
Solus and Deloy, the earth.
Do they seem like more like old versions of them too? Is there anything in between any of the cracks of those?
For about a 2 square foot area, seems like water is coming up, but then it stops.
So in another place, so there's 2 places where there's water?
No, kind of like in one large square. It seems like those 4 tiles seem to be having water come up, but nowhere else.
Okay, so everything else is like just
Fairly
old
solid
stonework.
old.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay,
kinda-
I'll go a little bit more.
You get to the middle, and you can start hearing air, just like an openness come from underneath it, almost as if it's hollow underneath. And you eventually, with your staff, clear off enough dirt and root here. Seems to be a stonework tiled symbols of all 7 affinities with a circle in the middle. And that is kind of what these pillars seem to be, a bench and a surrounding you at this spot.
Okay. And the only like elements that I see are the water and that little air whooshy thing. Okay. Interesting. I want to sit down in the middle. And is the storm still out?
Mhm.
Is he?
Storm
Okay.
is slowly creeping up through the sky, almost beckoning to your call.
Yeah, I want to like start really thinking really like as much as I can, or really deeply meditating or something like on the storm, and almost like this call, like asking like who are you? Like why? I think that's who are you is about the only type of question I can think of. It's like it's a bunch of questions she has, but it's almost like the wording is escaping her at this moment.
Give me charisma save. Charisma check. As the storm slowly billows through.
5.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Just hear thunder.
Mm.
Keep meditating.
Sure. I don't want to be around people right now. This seems as good a place as any.
Thunder starts getting louder. Eventually, you seem to go into small days. It takes like an hour. You're out here for a while. You're not sure if you hear it in the thunder or in your memories, but
Strength. Tranquility. Balance. Power.
And right when it says that, a lightning bolt hits, crashes down right where you're at, and you feel yourself falling through these tiles that have cracked underneath, and you're falling into this darkness. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session, guys.
Oh, okay.
So we'll pick up next week on that little cliffhanger, if you will. Yeah, you
I
like
am on
that.
a cliff. Also, those Squire clothes are ruined. Can I just say?
Oh,
Poor
like
Squire,
100%
whoever
for
it
sure.
was.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Poor kid. But yeah,
Sorry.
thank you guys so much for everyone that joined. We had quite a bit of followers join us today. So thank you, Athena Muse and Sharon M and Chaplin and Crystal and Echoes of Life. Thank you guys so much. And thank you for everyone that's joined us. Congratulations to Griffin/Booksmarts for your book. I'll definitely message you for the giveaway. And for anyone watching on YouTube, if this is where you're catching Fates United, be sure to catch us Thursdays, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. And if you're watching with us and this is your first time, you can go back and watch the previous episodes on YouTube. And if you want, you can join our Discord as well to discuss different theories and make friends and everything about Fates United and Beacon's Aura. So join us this Sunday at 2 p.m. CST for Beacon's Aura over on Marquee Gaming. It's going to be fun. And let's see, we'll go ahead like we do each week. We'll go ahead and raid someone. Actually, I ended this a little early, didn't I? Let's see who is on that weekend. There we go. We got Booksmarts for winning our contest.
There
We'll
you
go ahead and raid Booksmarts because he's a friend of the channel, of course. So what is it? Booksmarts.
He wins the raid.
He wins the raid.
He wins the raid.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for everyone that's been joining us. Thank you so much for Confrontations. And we'll see you next week for next episode of Fates United.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thanks for stopping by.
Good job, guys.
Yay.